Greetings, weary travelers, and welcome to tonight's episode of Throes of Dice, episode 4, where we jump into our 5th edition D&D campaign. My name is Noah Mercil, and I'll be your dungeon master. I am joined by Dylan, Rick, Sam, and Cory this evening. How's everybody doing?
I'm waving at nothing. How about you?
Waving to the audience.
Waving for the folks at home.
Yeah.
Hey. So we have a few announcements this week. First off, most of the music and sound effects you'll be hearing tonight are provided by Battlebards. You can use the discount code Throes, that's THROES, in order to save when you check out. Add another level of immersion and excitement to your games by signing up today. Secondly, we have art. The amazing Sophie at Rosemoth Art was commissioned to do some character portraits for our players, and if you're watching right now on YouTube, you'll see Azriel, Ruby, Arno, and our big elephant Peré. And finally, here's the group of them all together in the Arianda during dawn with the purple sky in the background. I love how it turned out. She did an amazing job with the picture, and also you can see here, she did some fan art for us on episode 3. Here is Arno as Goodberry Bay. If any of you have fan art at home, please send it our way, either to our channel's inbox or to noahthemerciless at gmail.com, and you might see your art on the show. And please follow Sophie on Instagram if you want to see more of her work. That is at rosemoth.art, mostly on Instagram. Thank you so much. Let's jump into our entry tonight of the Dunes of Arianda.
It's Halloween, I guess.
A chorus of ghosts.
There's a draft in my house. So, when we last left off, you guys were hiking through the Arianda Desert again, the Red Rock province of it, or the Carneando, as you have come to know it. Many, many miles of sandy sienna dunes. You just started last time with a rest from your very long and hard excursion with Shanzi especially suffering many, many levels of exhaustion, the rest of you kind of looking a little worse for wear. Hanging out in your campsite in the middle of the Arianda Desert, you came across two brothers practicing their drifting skills for the Bright Summer Games. After the day was done, you all felt well rested and headed out the next day. The next day, the next several days, you once again traveled through the very intense, hot desert. This time, keeping much more in rare form, and have finally adapted to when everyone needs to do what. Everyone made their checks fairly well. With some begrudging shrugs. Then, you guys started to come to some more of the actual rock formations. You've seen lots of sand, but you came towards two spires where Arno had an encounter with a Carneando Oryx, a four-horned goat that he climbed up to and befriended and took along the way, offering it grass of Druid craft. And Peré guided the party towards some more of the ravines and caverns of the Red Rocks before you. You guys hiked through, and being shaded from the top, it felt really nice and relaxing. Going through these caverns, Arno made aware to most of you of some animals that may lie within the caverns. You guys came to a juncture where you were ambushed by some bandits of an unknown organization.
Well, bandits of unusual size.
Then being sniped at from on top of the cliffs, whipped, and out of nowhere, it seems that their leader was able to fly down and scoop up from the grasp of paralyzing crossbow bolt, Shanzi, and started to head the other direction. You each scattered your own opposite ways, trying to defend different parts of the conflict, trying to maintain your friend as well as your own life's insanity in the process. However, though it was close, insanely close for both of you, your Cory ended up leaving. Brigilla and the Bloodknots. They were the ones who kidnapped Shanzi and headed out into the desert with the kite, traveling at fast speeds. Azriel let go one crossbow bolt, puncturing their sails, hopefully slowing them down. But as the battle came to an end, there were many tears shed and struggles had, especially by Ruby losing one of her dearest friends that she's had so far. And that is where we start today's adventure. So.
Whoa.
Yes.
I want to go get her hat she dropped.
Yeah. So, yeah, just as you saw...
Primary objective, hat.
Just as you saw her leave, a vigorous wind blew her hat off her head, and you could see, amidst these golden bronze curls and skin and that ponytail, pointed ears sticking through from out of the hat. This was the hat that rested on top of her head, made of a nice leather and a large brim.
Gonna pick it up, put it on my head, tell everyone. Well, the best way to piss someone off is to be a better version of themselves.
Ruby is not listening. She is still kind of like having her little meltdown in the sand, not looking at anyone. And will eventually abruptly get up and walk very stompily over to the last point that we saw this woman. And I would like to see if there's any way to see, like, to track her or see where she went.
Sure, I will take a survival check.
Well, that could have been better.
Well, hell.
11.
11. Not terrible.
No, but the 20 was looking at me.
Well, you look off into the direction that she took Shanzi on the kite and dune board, and they disappeared over the dunes. It's not the windiest day. There could be some remnants of their tracks, and you're hoping if there'd be anything to follow them, maybe eventually that kite would come down and they'd have to leave on foot. Mm-hmm. But there's really nothing to know at this vantage point. Mm-hmm. That's what I was worried about.
Yeah, Ruby's gonna sit down and it looks like she starts praying.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over to Ruby. Ruby, I have high faith that Shanzi is still alive, if it is any solace to you. If they wanted him dead, they wouldn't have taken him.
She opens one eye to look at you and says, I appreciate your words, but I cannot talk to you right now. And shuts her eye again.
Okay.
I would like to look and see if there are any arrows lying around that I can take back.
Yes, there are actually. Make an investigation check though to see what you exactly pick up.
11.
11. Also not bad. You find, out of all of the crossbow bolts shot, most of them shattered or stuck, but you find the one that was tipped with some sort of resin or something on the end that you ensnared with your trunk. It's still sitting on the sand beneath you in this cavern.
got something on it.
Yeah.
Do we know what it is? I don't remember.
You haven't really investigated it too much. You can take a look.
I'd love to do that.
Alright. Nature check.
15. Oh. 15.
15? Yeah, it looks, like I said, like some sort of natural resin or something. It definitely doesn't look that familiar to anything that would be produced in the Empire, at least. You've heard of different poisons and stuff tipping arrows, but this looks like something that may have come, at least might have come from the south. There's more trees and forests and the wood elves there.
Neat.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. No longbow arrows, though?
Your own arrows.
That's what I was really looking for. But that was a nice little...
You find a couple that weren't shot up and over onto...
I just want to restock here.
Yeah, okay.
2?
Yeah.
Great.
So Ruby is essentially praying for the strength to do what she has to.
As you enter your state of meditation that you've started to gain comfortability with over the years of worshiping Thukave, it's hard with how much things are whizzing through your head right now.
Maybe just to gain some peace is the initial objective.
After some time and some deep breaths, that initial piece of clarity starts to come over you. And then you realize that there are bigger things that you're going to have to tend to personally, but right now, in service to Thukave, at least, disposing of the bodies and getting on the way for the evening would be the best course of action.
Mm-hmm. So,
the logical side coming in.
Right, no, the anger and guilt are all let go of, and she stands up, and you guys see that I look a lot calmer, and I'm not sobbing anymore.
Good.
As I walk back towards the bodies of those that were killed, I do stop next to you and say, I thank you for your words and for your actions. I need to tend to these bodies, and then we can talk as a group about what we need to do next.
I can give you a hand with those. Is there any way I can raise your spirits? Perhaps we could discuss your funerary rites?
Those are already known. I would be placed on the nearest highest surface for the birds to help my soul ascend. That does get a little smile out of me.
I'm gonna help you with the bodies.
Okay, we are gonna move the bodies. That guy that I've made fell, how pulpy is he?
Decently pulpy,
Okay.
like, not
Gonna put the work gloves on, boy.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
the business gloves.
Yeah.
Ruby doesn't have those.
Basically, with how he fell, his weapons kind of went through his chest, and
tasty.
his bones from the inside of his chest are kind of like poking out.
Yeah, I start with that one, and in Celestial, I'm just saying over and over, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. And so I arrange whatever limbs he still has in the traditional manner of a worshipper of Thukave. And we get them all. There were 3 dead bodies.
There was 3 dead bodies, yeah.
So between Azriel and I, we get them lined up. I position everybody's limbs correctly. And
Bring
then,
each of their hands with a hushed finger over their lips.
And then I put, I go into my satchel where my Kmars are stored, and I sort out, I hand you a couple of these to help make this faster. We need to put a yellow, a blue, and a red Kmar interlocking within each other on each person's forehead.
Oh, okay. I will speed this process along.
Thank you.
And each of the different denominations of Empire currency easily tuck within each other as they get in larger value, and you set them on the head of the deceased before you.
I am going to cast Ceremony at
Yeah.
first level. And you see kind of, I don't know if you would have spent any time around worshippers of Thukabe, but I imagine this is a fairly traditional, like, the celestial version of Our Father who art in heaven. Like,
Yeah.
the kind of traditional funerary, like, real quick little celestial runoff. And then you see all three bodies burst into flames.
That's really beautiful.
I hope it does something to atone for what I've done.
As these fires burn outwards from the central nest of Kamars, you can see as the fire comes to be, all of the Kamars kind of disintegrate into a powdery dust and vanish, and the three bodies are left to kind of eat away and burn and char.
Peré,
Yes.
I know that you are our guide, but I would hate for you to take any responsibility for this. This was definitely an unseen circumstance that I hope you don't feel responsible for.
Unfortunately, this is not the first time that something tragic like this has happened. But on journeys like this, we have to expect the worst.
And we will be prepared next time.
For now, we need to keep moving.
Arno,
Yes.
how you doing?
Okay.
I think he said this guy was dead.
Do you want to talk about anything at all?
Not right now.
Okay, well, we are here if you ever need something.
Just before we rest, I need to talk to the spirits.
Okay. I'm keeping a close eye on this one.
Yeah.
This guy looking too peppy.
Whichever direction you guys want to head,
What time of day is it? Like, how much travel do we have left?
there's maybe 2 or 3 more that you normally would make. It's up to you. Peré, you would know that probably with the 3 more hours, at least if you head towards the direction of the oasis, you'll still be within these caverns and ravines. If you head any other direction, you would be out into sands.
So I look at everybody and just say that I think it would be wise for us to continue through this ravine. Just keep an eye out for any more trouble. We are almost to the oasis.
You're not very far at all from the oasis, and hopefully there you can call on some Imperial Guard, maybe, to help you. That's like your next plan of action that you're going through.
Let's get.
Just a settling noise.
So,
Thank you for lightening the moment.
is there anything else that you guys want to do today?
Ugh, no, just keep walking.
Okay.
Mechanically.
Okay.
I will find my camel. We will be on our way.
All right.
I'm gonna walk next to Arno, though.
Were you trying to fast forward to, like, the next day?
Basically, fast forward to camp.
Okay.
Next day, if you guys want to. Basically, the rest of your day will go without issue. If there's anything that you guys want to cover while you guys settle for the evening, it's up to you.
Right before camp, I just want to talk to the spirits.
Yeah. What do you want to say?
I want to play my pan flute, and then I'm going to sit and meditate and ask if I was meant to have the powers that I have, and why I wasn't able to save my new friend.
You sit there for a moment, just kind of contemplating. The suns have now descended far enough to where they're no longer overhead in the caverns, and a cool breeze kind of brushes past you, and you feel the energy of all of your spirits. Your bear friend, your unicorn friend, and your hawk friend. And you feel this comforting energy that you have felt since you were young. And you get the sense that in nature, there is a pattern, but there's a pattern of change and randomness along with it. You are definitely meant to have some of the powers that you have, but there's really no way to know that what you have or could have not been also gifted to someone else. But overall, you feel that you were given these powers for a reason, and the places that you travel will be affected by them. So the fact that you were there, even during these trying times, kind of trying to get you to shrug it off a little bit. Bad stuff does happen, and there's many, many more ways that you can do good and redeem the situation. Your new friend was very helpful and very headstrong, and that is just the end that it took.
That. I'll get up.
It's the best possible goat pun you could have made.
Smile. And I'll go wriggle around in some sand.
He's back to normal.
Everyone's like, hey!
We're good to go.
The
Whatever you did worked.
sandworm returns.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend the evening, part of the beginning of the evening. It looks like these slow, like, kind of movement exercises that I'm doing. It's the fantasy equivalent of Tai Chi, essentially. I'm just, like, working it all out, meditating while I do these slow, intentional movements, really heavily on how I can be better, and how I can use what Thukabi has given me not to harm others, but to help, but understanding that sometimes helping means harming, and trying to, like, come to terms with what my personal comfort level is with that, because I feel pretty wrong right now.
And as you go through these motions, peace comes over you. There's a few instances where your mind is just clouded and foggy and all over the place, and you slip up a little bit. And you kind of get the sense that there will be those moments where you make mistakes, but overall decisions will have to be made. You don't feel like you've done anything wrong, but you have definitely, for one of the first times in your life, done something much more difficult.
When we're all like camped out eating food or dinner or whatever
Yeah.
we do out in the desert.
Eating our good raisins.
Yeah. I want to talk to the group and say, I've never killed anyone before. And I just hate to think that I would have robbed these souls of any second chances. Maybe that sounds stupid, but I know they were evil, but I think everyone should deserve a chance to change their ways. And do you know what I'm saying?
Ruby has majorly perked up. This is what I've been struggling with, because I've never killed anybody before either.
Well, death is just a part of nature.
I agree, but
Animals kill each other in the wild all the time for protection, for food.
you're right. Silly of me, I'm sorry.
It's not silly. I'm shoveling food into my mouth.
I thought you were going to say sand. Shoveling sand into my mouth.
Sand, you guys.
Really not off base for Arno at this point. Would not be surprised.
Greedy.
Dirt. My intelligence modifier is 0.
That's the dessert dirt, Arno. You have to save that for after dinner.
Oh.
I understand how you feel, Azriel. My powers give me the ability to tip the scales of life and death, and when I first got them, I had trouble understanding what they were meant to be used for. still don't claim to know. My only aim is to do as much good as I can while I am here on this plane.
I appreciate your empathy.
Alright. Well, you guys all continue eating your meals, and after a good brief conversation, find yourself in a little bit higher morale and spirits after that really intense and unique conflict. But eventually, unless there's anything else you guys want to do, you make it to your tents for the evening.
Want
Yes.
to touch up my roots?
Azriel, yeah. I'll,
Touch up your roots.
Bleach and silver.
yeah, you get your alchemy kit out and you're able to touch up
Mix
your
the
roots.
dyes.
Getting your hair back to a pure silvery color. It's looking pretty good. Your hair's not growing too quickly. You're thinking about maybe like once a week you'll just have to
Right.
check in.
Yeah, every like 1/8 of an inch or so.
But yeah.
Do you do this within view of everyone, or is this
Yeah,
like
yeah.
okay?
This is interesting.
If I may ask, what are you doing?
I'm dyeing my hair. I've never seen it before.
I have seen hair dye before. I'm just curious.
Would you like your hair dyed, Ruby? I have many colors in here.
No, thank you.
Okay.
I make a slight elephant dad joke. I don't have hair to dye.
I
Like
wish-
not looking at you, just like
I really
on the
wish we
side,
had
just
cameras
mumbling.
for everyone's reaction to that. Because there were some blank faces.
Yep.
And there were some not so blank faces.
I'm gonna dig a hole and go to bed.
I appreciate that he tries.
Ruby, for asking that question, I would like an insight check on Azriel, though.
Okay. That was just an innocent moment of RP. What's happening?
I know.
Oh, buddy, 16.
Yeah, pretty good. Overall, there's just one weird anomaly with Azriel that, at least in that interaction, that you don't quite understand.
Mhm.
You know that moon elves, like, naturally have a metallic silvery hair.
Mhm.
So you're not sure why he would be dyeing his hair?
I don't press the issue though.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's personal. It's fine. I just didn't know because it's not a brand I'm familiar with. So I'm like, what you got?
Mhm.
Okay.
File that away for later though.
Something Ruby would know.
Put it in my cat pockets.
Cat pockets.
I have
Oh,
cat
you don't?
pockets.
Even I have cat pockets.
I'm missing out.
It's like a kangaroo pouch.
But for your cats.
I definitely would have told Azriel, by the way, that my mentor in the Church of Thukabe was a moon elf.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What was their name?
His name was, I found it, Quildanath, the Serene. Oh, he was a star elf. That's
He's
my
a
bad.
star elf, yeah.
My
Oh,
bad. I forgot we
okay.
were different.
I'll
Yeah.
still write it down.
Quildanath. The Serene.
Gildenath the Serene.
Got
yeah,
it.
I miss him.
Okay. So, you guys find and make your shelter for the evening. It's a lot easier. You kind of get to prop up your tents against some of the already existing rocky walls around you. You feel that this will be probably safer than anywhere else you've stayed so far. And just ahead of you, or above you, you can see maybe like 5 or 10 feet of sky, and just as you guys start to go to bed, you see that first pink moon start to go over that little ravine.
Cute.
But you guys all make your way to bed. If you guys want to set up watch or anything, let me know how you want to handle that.
First watch.
I would prefer to not to be on watch because I'm trying to sleep off my level of exhaustion.
Okay. Azriel, perception check.
14.
14. The beauty of this cavern is it's hard to sneak up on anyone. It's either going to be above, left, or right. And for the 4 hours that you're able to watch out, everything seems clear.
Just panning back and forth like a security camera. Just.
I think I remember Peré usually does the second half, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll wake Peré up.
My turn.
Perception check.
Oh.
6.
6. You do the same, kind of propping yourself up against one of the walls of this enclosure, and you hear the wind howl and rustle through the chambers.
Sound effects in this thing are crazy.
Towards the end of your watch, the sky starts to turn from its blackish to its more purplish hue, and find an uneventful night in the safety of the cavern.
It's a good thing. Alright. Let's start getting ready, I suppose, to get going.
You exit your tent and you rouse everyone else to start packing and get going for the day.
Mm-hmm.
We are walking.
Okie dokie. So, something that you guys at home didn't know last time is you guys are all level 5 now.
Yeah!
Yay! I'm
What?
invincible.
Part of that invincibility of level 5 is the fact that you have new spells and stuff.
That's
And in the desert, you have new spells that help you get water. So, for
We
all
are good on water.
intents and purposes, we're no longer going to make Constitution saving throws
I'm so happy.
to travel in the desert. I will say that you do have to still provide that 15 or plus gallons a day,
Oh yeah.
but as long as you're keeping track of that, you are good to go.
Between you and I think we both were using 1 second level spell slot a day.
Yeah, mine was more racial, but
Ooh.
Oh well, hey, that's exciting. I was
That's
just
really
using
nice.
a second level spell slot then. That's fine. I have 3 of those. But
I
I
can
can also
just do it.
I can read. Well, so it's
I'm native.
So you guys can split the work, just a second level spell slot and a racial ability a day will keep you fine.
My third
Or
level.
at the evening.
I don't know what. I didn't read fully what create food and water does. Oh wow. Okay. It's 45 pounds of food and 30 gallons of water.
Yep. And half of that in this season right now.
Okay. So.
So exactly how much you would need.
Oh okay. So I can just use 1 third level spell.
Yeah, if you want to do it that way.
Okay.
Woo! Alright, so yeah, we'll say that you got to top it off last night then if you want. Alright, so with all of your goatskin water vessels refilled and a night of good camaraderie and discussion, you head out. And enjoying...
go.
Oh yes,
Take out the staff
yeah.
and stick it to the ground.
What is
and
the
I want to
weather?
see the weather.
I feel like we need to do like a little, like just a little chime noise. Of like, and now the weather.
We need a pan flute
Back to
jingle
you,
for
Joe.
the weather. So,
Arno goes cross-eyed
Thank you,
briefly.
Arno.
you stick your staff in the ground, and then just like many days before, you see that same blue sphere go off over the top hemisphere of your glass. A nice hot sunny day for you.
Oh, good.
It will be warm.
So glad.
That is all.
Mhm.
And I put it away.
Alright,
And onward we go.
alright. May I get a marching order, please?
Um,
Peré and Camel have been in the front most often.
Oh yes, that's what we do. We lead the crew.
I don't know that I'm bringing up the rear, but I'm close.
I'll take up the rear.
I will be right here behind the camel.
Oh,
Behind
here.
your
Yep.
best
Okay.
friend.
Wait, so where'd you
Behind. In the middle. Yep.
Where's it meet
Okay.
That sandwich.
Peré, Arno, Ruby, and Azriel make their way now towards the Placid Oasis. And you get about 5 hours into your travel for the day, and there's lots of winding caverns that you go through, but you're able to navigate them pretty well. Peré, would you make a survival check with advantage, please?
Yes, sir. Okay. Oh, 19.
19. Yeah. You've been through these caverns a whole bunch of times before, and you know exactly where you need to take lefts and where you need to take rights.
Alright.
It's lots of lefts, though.
Lots of lefts. Alright. And we gotta go left, folks.
Again?
Again. Alright, left you go.
But yeah, you're able to keep yourselves on the correct course, and as the 6th, 7th hour of your hike passes, or maybe about the 5th hour actually, so it's getting a little bit past midday now. The rocky caverns that you've been following thus far start to break up a little bit. All of the passageways widen maybe from 10 to 20 feet to more like 30, 50 plus. And you know that you're getting closer to the oasis now.
Folks, we're getting close.
Yay.
And as you round the corner, you see it there in front of you.
Oh, wow.
And we have arrived.
It's like you said it and then it happened.
Yep.
Right in front of you now, you can see as you round this bend with your camel and the rest of your companions, a bright blue oval of a pond, an oasis, sitting right in between all of these different jagged and spires of rocks. You also see amid these spires of rocks now, as you're coming into a little more of a civilized place in the middle of the desert that you haven't seen for a while, there are outcroppings carved into some of the walls now as you get closer to the oasis. Seems like small living quarters. And off towards the south of this bright blue oasis in the middle of this red desert, you can see a mostly steel and glass building, and it has a domed top made completely out of glass.
Wow.
Stained glass?
Give a perception check.
Is this a type of glass I would be familiar with?
Maybe.
It's a 21.
21.
Ooh.
Yeah, from this
You
distance.
must have been a window washer back in the day.
Something like that.
You know.
From this distance and with the shade that your eyes have, you can see that this top half is translucent in most respects, but there are kind of triangular chunks that seem to have panels of more of a reflective mirror-like roofing to it.
This is what Minyamin wants.
Something like that. It seems so.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can see on the other side of this cylindrical glass structure a very smooth and long wall. It almost looks... It is made out of rocky red sandstone like you've seen, but it almost comes in sort of a wave formation, kind of cresting over, and like there's an overhang of maybe 5 or 10 feet that's been sculpted from wind. And underneath that overhang you see lots of different posts and stakings where people are leaving their travel animals and things like that hitched up.
Hitch up the camel.
Okay.
Yeah, you make your way around the Placid Oasis, heading towards what you know to be the Red Crest rock formation.
Mm-hmm.
Start to get a little bit closer, and you see up in front of you there is lots of ropes kind of dictating a line for people to follow and put their, as they go to pen up their animals. There's nobody in the line right now, so you can just kind of skirt around towards the front. And there you see a bronze-skinned, amber-haired sun elf. He has, once again, like, he has lots of wrappings kind of covering his head and his face. Most of them a stark white and a rope tied around his midsection. And he walks over towards you and says, "Ah, so it is Peré, correct?
Yes.
Ah, we were expecting you. Thought that you'd be here a couple days ago."
Yeah, we ran into some troubles.
Ah, pity. What kind of troubles?
Bandits, weather, the usual.
Ah, what kind of bandits?
What was her name again?
Brugella?
And the blood knots.
Brugella and the Bloodnuts.
Bloodnuts, huh?
You heard of them?
Can't say that I have. I know that the Empire's been wanting people to keep an eye out for the adders, the amber adders, but other than that, it's been at least calm in the Placid Oasis. They haven't seemed to pay us much mind.
Good. They have accidentally taken one of our party.
They have.
Yes, they didn't kill him, that we know.
How long ago was this?
Just yesterday.
Do you want to go speak with one of the Imperial Guard?
Of course.
Okay. Let me tie her up, and I can help you with that.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome.
While he is tying up the camel, I'm gonna ask any animals there how they're doing.
I would like to check in.
Just make sure they're okay. If any of them want to be set free.
He's
stuff like
checking in with the humans, you're checking in with the animals. Alright, we're leaving this one here.
Ruby's playing deaf.
Yeah. So, as you go along this smooth red embankment, you see lots of different animals. There are many more camels and lots of different white stallions and horses. Does not seem like all of the roads getting here are pretty narrow, so nothing as big as like the giant lizard, the Bob Weary, or anything like that. However, off towards a little bit farther away, maybe like a mile, half a mile, down this long wave of a rock structure, you see something kind of familiar.
I go up to it.
As you get closer, you're still...
Is he like wandering way off?
Not yet.
Okay.
As
Because I
you're getting
heard a half
closer-
mile.
I'd be walking with. Just 'cause I'm
Oh.
like, I don't know what else to do right now.
As you head that direction, the familiarity starts to become more and more. You see there is a train of carts. They're all sort of on like larger versions of sleds like that you saw the surfers using. But the sleds on top of them are these wooden and iron cages, and inside you can see different animals.
Oh.
And painted onto the different woodwork, you can see that this is Genal the Magnificent's menagerie.
I am keeping an eye out, and I want to make sure that he is not around me.
Yeah, perception check. 15? Yeah, you look that direction. You don't see anyone you know that you're looking for. He is a star elf. He has like purplish black skin and pale yellow hair. And the last time you saw him dressed pretty audaciously.
I'm gonna see if I can try to break the animals out.
Okay. First of all,
I don't like that I'm here anymore. I'm suddenly party to this.
So, am I around for any of this happening? Have I gone to
You
go in?
you have gone now.
Can I tell what Arno is about to do? Do I see the crafty gleam in his eye?
I don't know. Roll an insight check, I guess.
Alright, great.
I'm in team business right now.
You're with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're
We're
unaware
being
that Arno's trying to just wreak havoc in the only place that we're supposed to live in.
21.
21.
Uh-huh.
You catch some sort of a
No.
devilish gleam in his eye, I believe.
Don't use
Water.
water.
I'm a cat.
Yeah.
And he's a water.
It's very ironic.
I don't want to screw with water that's positive reinforcement.
There's something fishy going on here.
Arno.
Yes.
Oh, we found animals.
Yes. We need to
And he
set them.
drops for Ruby.
We need to set them free. They've told me they don't like it. They don't like being a part of this. And I've set them free before, and I got caught, and he trapped them again, and we need to set them free before he gets back.
So, what have we learned from this first experience?
Work faster.
I'm going to gently disagree with you on this, Arno.
I am going to try to open the cages.
Arno.
He's gonna actually try.
Oh,
and
you're
open the
heading.
pages.
So you're heading there to try and open the cages.
Yeah. While
Okay.
keeping an eye out so I don't get caught.
Yes. So as you get closer, you will notice that there are people sitting around the caravan right now. There are probably two people stationed on foot near these different sled carts. And then there's one that you see on a large pale lizard, maybe the size of it might be as long as a horse would be, but it's very squat and low to the ground. They seem to be keeping a fairly good eye on their
Okay.
peeps right
I'm
now.
going to coast up to you because I had just stopped because my brain froze. And I'm going to coast up to you and take you gently by the arm and lead you in an arc away from the train.
No.
I'm going to keep it in mind.
Okay.
I did not disagree with you. I think we need to, if you are going to do this, you need to pick your moment, is the lesson to be learned.
10.
I think it is plausible they will always have guards.
But there should be fewer.
Is this some kind of traveling show? Do they ever
They're-
take the animals out of the cages themselves?
They're a traveling show, and they only take them out when they perform.
Would the optimal time be during a performance?
I'm not sure where all the guards would be.
Let us continue thinking about this then, as I continue frog marching you away.
Okay. So, business crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peré and Azriel, you follow this sun elf as he hitched up your camel, and he brings you towards this glass structure. You've been here, you know that they call it the bubble.
So who do we talk to?
And he brings you to one of the Imperial Guards. You see standing before you, it is also a sun elf. Much the same in the way of hair and complexion. His eyes are very deep blue, and he has his hair kind of braided back really tightly on his head. He has a very well polished metal breastplate, and on that either side of that breastplate you see a red 11-pointed star and a blue 11-pointed star, kind of like keeping in place a cape behind him. And you've seen folks like this before. This is at least one of the stationed Imperial Guard here in this Oasis waypoint. Just kind of hand of the Empire, checking in on things. But you come up to him, and they push. The other Sun Elf pushes you ahead and says, "Captain Jorora, they lost someone." "Lost someone? Who'd you lose?"
And then I'll explain
Okay.
the whole situation.
Okay. About a day ago through the caverns, and you said that she fled northward.
Correct.
Alright. Well, I'll see what I can do, but if she is on a dune drifter, that's going to be quite hard to find her, especially if she has somewhere to hide. And if she is a blood knot like you say she was, well, there's a whole nother thing coming.
Can you tell us more about these blood knots?
Well, this has been recently released to the common folk of the Empire, but the Empire now wants everyone to know that there is a faction called the Amber Adders that are doing nefarious deeds, trade, banditry throughout the Arianda Desert. The knots, from what we've come to know, are different factions within the Adders themselves. Blood knots, well, I think that there's enough implication where we both understand what's probably going to happen. However, I will get a group of the rest of the guards together, see if we can send out a scouting party that direction. That is at least a lead for us and for the Empire. Please, if there's anything else that you know about the blood knots or any encounters that you've had with the adders on the way here, we would like to know. There's not too much that we know happening towards the northern part, towards the Remanen. So, this is good news.
I have her hat. I don't know if this would help you track her easier.
It might not help us right now, but I might be able to get an Imperial Cleric here sooner. I'll see if I can call the Lodestar. Kind of just gives you a look up and down and says, "Thank you. Your work is very much appreciated. The Empire is in your debt right
You're welcome.
now."
Thank you as well.
Who else are you traveling with? I saw a few of you walk into town.
I'll point them out. The blue one over there and the
Kitten. Catten.
I'm not sure which race she is. Never met one.
Did we ever establish?
I don't think you told us what your race was.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a Tabaxi.
Well,
Well, I
we
mean,
know that.
but-
Right.
Yeah.
But do we as?
I'll
that
point them out.
Was
though.
that seriously never established?
I don't think
Oh.
so.
It was established.
I thought that when Shanzi
I'll
and I
just
showed up as
interrupt
a
you.
pair of cat people, we would have been like, we're Tabaxums.
So many cat puns.
I just don't know if we ever said cat.
Okay, while you're thinking, I'll just interrupt.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Tabaxi.
Thank you.
Okay. The least that I can do for you right now is at least pay for your lodging for the night at the bubble.
I just wanted to stay at the bubble.
Yeah, you usually, you know the owner, and he usually lets you sleep outside in your tents
Yeah.
for free. But it was very kind of him. Please do not hesitate to reach out. The Empire will do its best to track him down. You said you're headed to Kalaranye.
Correct.
Alright. Well, I have your names now, and hopefully with some time we should be able to maybe send him back your way. Or at least reach out to you when you arrive there.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Okay. Well, have a pleasant day at the Oasis. I'm sorry for the struggles that you've endured on your way here.
Thank you.
And you'll do an about face and walk away.
Okay.
Walk away.
Well, Azriel, should we
Yes.
get back to the others?
Yes, we should inform them. I do think the implication of what may transpire with Shanzi should be left out with Ruby, though. Best not to worry her more than she already has been worried.
That may be wise. Okay, back here.
Okay. you guys walk back over and
Wearing tap shoes in the desert.
join back up with your other two companions.
We are admiring the pond and not looking at the menagerie.
Yeah.
You are admiring the pond.
No, I'm not. I hate water.
Just saying, if we freeze the
I know. So
rocks again,
we're sitting on the edge of the pond,
Yeah.
and you are like ranting at me, and I am nodding slowly, and I am not really listening.
we just need to freeze the locks and then break them off again.
What are you talking about? Where did you go?
There is a traveling animal. It's just bad.
The writing on the side of it says it's a menagerie.
A menagerie.
It's hell. The animals don't like it. I've tried to free them before, and the owner doesn't like it.
Arno, please do not cause a ruckus.
We need to free
We
them
need to stay here.
and
out
free the
trouble.
animals.
Are we like right across from this menagerie right now?
I try to get us
Yeah.
pretty far away.
Here, let me give you a little inset. May I have a marker? So here's like the oasis. That's the bubble. You guys are kind of chilling out over here, maybe. This is
Ooh. It's everywhere.
this is the big rock wall.
Uh-huh.
And then there's kind of just other smaller ravines and stuff that you guys have been walking through already. These ones that are kind of close and facing these side all have like windows and doors carved into them. But you see, kind of over this direction are where these carts are set up.
Okay.
You also see over here, as you guys are all talking, they seem to be setting up some sort of seating and a banner that has Genal the Magnificent's menagerie performing tonight at the Placid Oasis.
I will try to hide so no one can recognize me.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Roll a stealth check, I guess.
Arno, where
Natural 20!
Arno, where are you going?
No, he's not going anywhere. He's still sitting
I
by
am
me.
just gonna
He's
cover
trying to blend
myself in mud and just smear it all in my hair and on my face.
Yeah.
Ruby looks pained.
And you kind of bury yourself in the sand, cover yourself in some sort of mud, and get in the center of your friends, so that way nobody's really looking at you. You're hidden.
Okay.
Am I missing something here?
The man that owns this does not like me.
Has this happened before, Arno?
Yes,
How many times?
once.
Okay. And did it not go well?
I set the animals free,
Good.
but then he tried to murder me.
Yes, well, he didn't succeed last time, which is certainly good news, but
And he won't succeed this time.
this time.
Ruby
Yes.
is looking at you, and my eyes just say help.
Arno.
I don't know what to do with this wee baby.
Tell us what you are trying to do now.
I want to free the animals.
And you have a plan.
At night, I'm gonna freeze all the locks off and break them off again.
Well, it didn't work the last time.
Can I make an intelligence check? Like, is this something that works?
Yeah. Roll an intelligence
Does this
check.
sound?
It's, a 9?
You're unsure? Maybe. And if it did work for him before, I mean, intelligence also reckons that he might have changed and upgraded his old locks.
Oh, yeah, okay, well.
Adapt, improvise, overcome.
Arno, I cannot allow you to do this.
But I'm going to do it.
Well, our main objective is to reach Caloranye. If this should interfere with our main mission, it is something we should probably avoid, but should an opportunity arise, then we can certainly consider it. But for the time being, I think it would be best to stay focused.
I make no promises.
I want to go see those animals.
Okay. The ones that are in the cages?
Yeah, I just want to see, like,
Do they have any elephants?
how are they doing?
Yeah.
Like, treatment, their mood, disposition of the workers with Menagerie.
Yeah.
I want to get a beat on what's going on here.
Cool. So you head over and you see these 4 caged sled carts, and hitched at the front, though not hitched right now, you see 2 large elephants that seem to have been pulling these carts across the dunes. You see maybe about 8 different workers, and 1 or 2 of them riding these lizard things around, kind of just checking on things, giving some of the animals food and water. But as you get closer, I will take let's do a perception check first, and then an insight check.
I messaged you.
Okay.
Perception check is 18. And the insight check is 23.
Okay.
I'm invested at this point.
Yeah. As you get closer, with both of those checks very good, you see perched on top of these carts are some different birds that have kind of been just around in the desert itself. There are some vultures and ravens on top of the carts. On the inside of the carts, so you see these giant lizards on the outside. You see inside one of the carts a giant, somewhat furry pig-like creature with large tusks.
Like a boar?
Yeah.
Okay.
You see inside another one of them, a big elk with a full rack of horns. You see inside another one, a lion with a silver mane.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yes. I like that.
And you're not able to get too close. There are ropes that are kind of keeping you away, and some of the workers will kind of, as you get closer, just be like, "Hey, show's tonight if you want to see more."
Absolutely.
But just as they're turning you around, you see in 2 of the farther carts a large furry cat, also with tusks or fangs coming down, and then some large, very large birds. They seem like owls, though their coloration is a lot different than what you've normally seen.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll head back to... Oh, wait. How was their treatment? Like, are the cages too small? Are they being fed enough? How do they look happy-wise?
So, insight check a few things.
Yes.
The elephants, they look like they're being pretty well taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
Inside the cages, you can tell that especially the 2 large felines, they look pretty unhappy to be in there. They look somewhat malnourished. You see some bones as well in some of the larger carnivorous animals' cages. And
How big are bones?
they're not insanely large or anything. They seem to be maybe like a little bit smaller. The creature that ate whatever the bones were might have been a little bit smaller than, like, especially the lions that were sitting in there.
Uh-huh.
The thing that's odd to you, though, is these bones just seem out of place. Like, yeah, they were probably feeding them something, but you can't really tell what, and it looks like it's way too big.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'll head back to the group.
Okay. You do so.
Arno, what are they feeding the lions? The bones looked weird.
Yeah, so, since you've encountered them before, you encountered them in the desert before too, and this was kind of as they were newer off, but you did, with all of your Druid and nature knowledge, know that if one of their menagerie animals were to perish or die along the way, they would just feed it to the other ones.
Mm. I think we should get our reservations at the bubble and talk about this.
You see the glass dome before you, and you walk through a pair of double doors, also covered in like this silvered mirror, and you.
I'm covered in mud.
You are, I know. I feel like I put like a cloak over you or something, and I'm like, don't look up at
Has it
people.
dried by this point though? So you're like cracked mud, like a pile of cracked mud walking around.
You step inside the building, a few dried mud flakes coming off of your foot.
Ruby's appalled.
You see, on the inside is a semicircular counter faced towards you. There doesn't seem to be too many people hanging out right now, but on the other side of it is a star elf with purplish black skin and pinkish hair and eyes, and these pink hair and eyes also seem to have somewhat influenced freckling along their body. Her
elves.
Yeah. Her hair is pulled back and done up in nice curls and braids, and she looks over to you. Ah, I expect that you are the people that Captain Jorora sent.
Correct.
Nice to meet you. Will you be needing lodging for the evening?
Yes, he should have secured enough for 4 people.
That he did. Well, my name is Shava. If you be needing anything, please let me know. We have many different drinks and food options for you here in the Placid Oasis. Just let me know if there's anything that we can help you with. Would you be needing your rooms now or later this evening?
At least now, so we can get settled, if that would be okay.
Very well then, if you'd follow me. And she'll come around the counter, and she's wearing a very nice, pretty plain white dress that flows as she goes onto the other side of the counter, and she walks you down a set of stairs underground into your rooms. They're well-lit hallways that seem to have little glowing glass orbs kind of lining all of the walls, going in a circular pattern in this underground section of the bubble. There's 2 rooms that are right next to each other that she lets you into.
I walk into the left room.
Alright. It's awesome. Yeah, you see inside pretty modest accommodations. There are a couple of cot beds in the corners. You can see as well are maybe some mattresses stuffed with straw that you could be laid on top of them if you want to. And a small wash basin and other things to get you refreshed for your days of travel. But yeah, you have private quarters now if you want to discuss anything.
I will walk over to the wash basin and just cover myself in water.
Okay. You go from brownish blue to true blue once again. And the sink is covered in crap.
I was gonna say, I look less appalled with you this time.
I believe that sometimes people are in a certain place at a certain time for a good reason, and I think we are here to put a stop to the abusive conditions of the menagerie. So I am on board. I did not think I would be, but after seeing what I saw, it was irrefutable evidence that I had to join you in this endeavor.
I knew I was doing good. I need a disguise.
Well,
I cannot help you with that.
Ruby, what are your thoughts on the matter?
I don't want to leave without at least trying to help. I don't know how much help I will be. I do not care for the mistreatment of animals either. I don't think any living being should be mistreated, but treated with dignity. I also recognize that this could be problematic for us.
You really want this, Arno?
Yes.
Well, it seems that we have to make a plan.
And there's probably 2 or 3 more hours until a nightish time, which is when the show might start. So,
Priority 1, I need a disguise. Because I don't know if you guys noticed, but I'm the only blue living being here.
Let's all get disguises. You might be a little hard to pass off as anyone else, but...
How well known am I in this area?
You're decently well known. Lots of the folk from around here almost change as often as you do. They don't seem to like stick around too much. You've talked to Jorora a few times, but since you don't meet these people frequently enough, they kind of they know you because you're a Loxodon more than anything
Pretty
else.
Elephant Man's back in
So
town.
I don't know. I suppose if
Yeah, elephant
I'm
guy.
not really going to be able to disguise myself.
Right.
Kind of evident. But if need be, I can be used as a distraction.
Wonderful. What do you think you could offer, Ruby?
I genuinely do not know.
Are you stealthy?
Somewhat.
How
Okay.
stealthy are you?
I was trained to be stealthy.
Well,
I'm proficient.
I mean, I am
Sounds
too.
like-
My dex just isn't great.
the Loxodon will distract the eyes, and you do what needs to be done.
And that's fair, but sometimes
Peré,
they don't like me.
Peré, something else that you would know is there is places for trading and bartering in this little enclosure as well. So you could probably at least find a change of clothes for Arno, maybe something more concealing.
My only question with this endeavor is, if we are to let the animals go out of their cages, how will they fare in the desert?
The ones that can't make it will come with me.
With us, you mean?
I will not put the burden on you, but if you would like to help with that.
This sounds like a conversation of like, I want a
Nice.
puppy, and you're like,
I'm gonna
I'm
take
the one
care
who's
of
gonna
it.
be the one feeding the dog and taking it for walks. What are you gonna do, Arno? What are you gonna do when the elephant is hungry? Huh?
Eat it.
With what? Your magic berries?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see myself
Some of
creating
them eat meat.
I'll use the money I have to buy them food.
Money.
Yeah. It makes people do things, so it's useful.
People do a lot of things.
Well,
Oh dear.
we have to come up with a plan now. Otherwise, it'll be too late, and we'll have to wait, and we don't have time for this.
I think the best idea would be during the show, I'm going to conjure an animal to scare some of the animals, probably an adder, and then
I do not know that would be in the best of tone at the moment. With the newly minted information, these two told us, and the surfers told us that the amber adders, that could be misconstrued. The appearance of an adder amidst the Placid oasis.
Arno, you said you can talk to animals, yes?
Yes.
Could you perhaps get them to go along with our plans?
It would take a bit of convincing, and I need to get near them.
Okay. What all animals did we see?
There was a boar.
You saw
A boar.
a boar, a lion, an elk, some giant owls, and a saber-toothed tiger.
That's what I thought that was. You said cat, and Cory pointed at me, and then you said with fangs, and I said no.
Not that kind of cat.
That ain't it. That ain't it.
That ain't it, boss.
I will assist in any way that I can. I just do not know how well any plan will be thought through and how well it will stand up once we put it into motion.
I agree, but something must be done. I think we should go buy some supplies of some sort to aid us. Shopping!
What kind of supplies do you want?
I want thieves' tools.
Thieves' tools?
Yes.
Alright. That one might be tricky, but it can be done.
Okay. I'll talk to sketchy people if I have to.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's have you do an investigation check just to see if you can find the seedy part of this oasis.
Good. Is that a minus? No. That's an 8.
8? It takes you a long time.
Yep. Uh-huh. I have 30 minutes until showtime.
Yeah, it's getting pretty close to that, but you've journeyed kind of southward into some of these stone encampments. These are called the Carnitel, or the Red Roofs. And they are different caves that the people around the oasis live in. But down here towards the south, in a smaller, more narrower alleyway, you see one of the same doors and of a similar construction to other places, and you're able to find what you're looking for.
Sweet. How much does that cost?
These tools?
What will your handbook cost?
Yeah.
Are you gonna buy anything? Or you're
I
just
don't-
along for the
I
ride?
don't know. I
Okay.
don't think I'm going to.
Okay.
I've been spending a lot of K-bars.
I need to buy clothes to disguise myself, and I need to buy food for the animals.
Okay.
I did want to buy a disguise kit.
Okay, so for the disguise kit, you're able to get it at the same place if you need to.
They're both 25 yellow Kmars, yeah?
Yeah. So,
Okay.
so what you have maybe 20 or less now.
I have 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll.
Yeah, can I haggle this?
Yeah, you can haggle this. Roll the haggle.
I don't know, can you haggle this?
May I haggle this?
Persuasion check, please.
Can I actually say
Wasn't very useful, was it?
these
You try.
these supplies would be more than useful for Azriel Woe the Restless, and he would be much obliged if you would help him in his endeavors for the good of the world.
So, flip a coin.
Oh,
The coin comes out. What are the Kraken is a success?
Kraken is success.
Okay.
Kraken is
That's a success.
Alright.
He knows me.
He knows of Azriel,
Yes.
Woe of the Restless.
Wonderful.
Well.
So you see this dark-skinned human man. He's very well built, kind of just sitting in his chair, and an eyebrow kind of just quizzically perks up.
Yes, I know it's a rather unusual set of tools for myself, but it is It is to do good, I promise you.
It's
too
not.
good.
Yes, it is good.
It is too good.
It's not the duels so much, it's the fact that you actually exist.
Yes, it is true.
I mean, I knew that you were around like 100 years ago. I know that you've kept coming back.
Surprise.
Well, welcome back to the world of that we live in, I guess. Welcome to the
Thank you.
Empire.
I appreciate it. It's wonderful to be back.
Hope you can do some good for it.
I would also appreciate if you kept this on the down low.
That's kind of my job.
Appreciate it.
All right. He says, the best I can do for you, I can't give you both. I can give you one of the two for 12.
Okay. I'll get the thieves' tools.
Thieves' tools.
For 12.
12. Yellow Kmars.
Okay. Too bad I'm not proficient.
Okay.
All right.
I feel like I'm standing next to you as this all goes down,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just staring at you without blinking the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just staring.
looking for clothes and food.
Yes.
Okay. Peré is able to guide you to an appropriate clothing shop. What kind of clothes do you want?
I want something to wrap around my head
Yep.
so no one can tell that I'm blue. And then I just want like big baggy robes to cover my body.
Yeah.
And yours.
Yes.
You, there's many head wrappings. They're all kind of the same, so you're able to pick out a neutral one, or there's many colored ones if you wanted. But, yeah, you find like a baggy set of trousers that kind of poof out at the bottom, and very long shirt with very long sleeves that are able to keep your hands inside if you want.
Yep.
But yeah.
You're wearing like a 3XL and you're a small. You're just like awash in this shirt.
Looks good on you.
And
What?
then I need to find animal food.
Animal food.
I want a cloak while we're at the clothes stop.
Sure, what kind of cloak do you want?
Something that can cover my personal faceage.
Okay, yeah.
And like a cape as well, probably.
Um,
God.
As opposed to your public faceage.
Yes.
the person working goes behind the counter and brings out what kind of looks like a cape, and then you can see there's a hood attached and there's kind of a cloth front to it, so it's made that you can just slip your head into. And she puts it over her own head, pulls the hood up, and then there's like a sheet of mesh that she's able to pull across and fasten. They're very popular.
Do they have white ones?
They do have white
I'll
ones.
take white.
White is the most popular color in the
Wonderful.
Empire.
I'd love to be generic here tonight.
Yes, I know.
How many Kmars did I spend on my clothes?
On your clothes, for a full outfit, we'll say 3 yellow Kmars, and for just that, we'll go 2.
Okay.
Since they're all the rage.
Just have
I
to.
know
That's
that-
why I had to get one.
You had to be at the height of every
How
fashion.
rare is
Really
it
did.
for a Loxodon to be in the like to be living in the Empire?
And a Tabaxi.
Tabaxi, pretty commonplace.
I figured.
Loxodon, there's just not many of your people
Mhm.
anymore. So as rare as it can be, definitely less common than up north.
So there's really no disguise.
Not really, no.
We're just trying to think of ways
You
to
are
do
a big green and tan elephant man.
it. Alright.
Alright. So if you schmooze the patron of the bubble, she will be able to give you some food She'll give you like lots of hard cheeses and some like string sausages. But yeah, she tells you that Captain Jorora covered some of your meal expenses, so no need to worry there.
I take it.
All right.
How much do I have?
You probably
In terms of animal meals.
in terms of animal meals, maybe like a generous 5 animal meals.
Units of
Generous
measurement
five.
you thought you'd never use. Animal meals.
And is this per day or is this per animal?
This is per day per animal. You have enough to feed 5 animals once
I need to go
for a
find
day.
more food.
I can create tofu.
Huh? What?
Yeah.
Don't know how the lion's gonna feel about that.
And you
love
supplement it
tofu.
with the sausages.
I'm gonna try to find some more food before we go.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of dig through things in your rooms, and you're able to like get a couple free samples from the market square. So maybe like 2 or 3 more animal meals worth of scrounging.
Got 8 animal meals.
Just in my head, I imagine Arno trying to be surreptitious about it.
Yeah.
And just not doing, making direct eye contact with the sample person while just sweeping all of them into his cloak.
Would you like to try one?
Yeah. Thank you.
And just so earnest that the person can't be like, stop.
Okay, that'll have to do for now. We gotta get there.
Okay. Yeah. Is there
Ugh.
anything that you two want to do besides tag along?
Your best.
That's all I can do is my
Okay.
best.
So it's starting to. The sky starts to turn its purpley hue, and you can see that the poles in the banner that were set up, there are 2 similar glass spheres on either pole that now shine a nice soft red color out over onto the oasis, kind of reflecting back to it. And you can see now that 4 carts have been pulled up, making a wall on the back half of the oasis. It seems like people are kind of filing over and finding a seat in the sand or wherever there has been some set up. Is there anything you guys want to do to prep?
Taking my hair out of my braid
Yeah.
and putting my hair bow away.
Okay.
How are the guards looking right now?
Guards.
Where are they stationed?
Yeah. So perception check first of all.
Natural 20.
Oh,
Okay, dang.
you see all.
23.
Very good. An Imperial Guard standing on either side of this show, kind of. Just looking out towards the crowd. And then as far as people that you saw with the caravan and the menagerie earlier, you're not able to see their bodies, but you're able to see some pairs of feet. Maybe 5 pairs of feet on the other side of these wagons.
Question.
Yeah,
Can I speak elephant?
you can speak Loxodon.
So I can't talk to the
You
elephant.
can't talk to the animals.
Oh,
And not in the way that Arno can, at least.
okay.
Yeah.
Arno.
So is it like Avatar, where, like, we touch trunks and then I, like, ride the elephant or something?
What?
Like, Link through our braids.
Fuse.
I don't know, you'd have to try.
Oh, that avatar. I was thinking like.
Let's
Yeah. I don't remember that part.
No.
You don't remember them touching trunks?
No, blue people one.
Yep.
This is the blue people one. We have a blue people. Okay,
Arno.
so yeah.
I think you need to tell the animals to make as little ruckus as possible. If they draw any attention to us, the plan will be compromised.
I still need to get close to say that to them.
Mm-hmm.
And
When we
there's
get there,
guards.
Mm-hmm.
what can you guys do about guards? Anything?
I can heal any of you who are dying. That is about all I bring to this event.
Okay.
I'm not of much disguise,
Mm-hmm.
but if need be, I can stun them. Now that I'm at level 5.
Would you be able to lead them away from us?
I could try if you have an idea of how.
Could you go to their elephants and start unhitching them so they start running towards you while we break the rest of them out?
Seems very abrupt.
It's the only plan I've thought of so far.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Where are the guards on here?
The dots.
The red
Imperial
red
guards, probably people working in the caravan.
so there's not much to worry
Elephants.
about. Okay. I am going to attempt to sneak up behind this guard here
Mhm.
and try to either knock him out or stun him in order for us to make a move.
He would be stunned for 6 seconds, so you know.
So not long.
Mm-hmm.
My plan is to knock him out
Okay.
completely quietly. And then hopefully we can maybe pull some animals. Are they able to come up from the backs of the trailers at all? Like the others, opposite sides of the workers?
It looks like both sides have locking mechanisms, so both could
So we could
theoretically
potentially
open.
get some animals out that way. Or close enough at least for you to talk to them.
Okay.
Ruby, you know a lot about death. Do you think you could play dead?
Yes.
Fake a heart attack?
I
What about
think
distract the other guard?
I think the one right there.
This one?
You should. Yes, I think you should try to lead him away. Hopefully, Ruby's like here-ish, so that he turns his back to us, and you say, "Hey, my friend is not okay."
So instead of knocking him out, guide him?
Yes.
What about the other one?
Hopefully, we're out of his viewpoint.
Is
that
that
is-
his viewpoint?
I am not correctly prepared spell-wise for today.
Bonk.
If he is looking, he's looking that direction, so yeah.
Okay. That's what I will do.
Play dead.
He's looking what direction?
Out towards the
Watching the
oasis
audience.
in the crowd, yeah.
Okay.
As you guys also funnel closer, you see one of the menagerie workers from earlier come up towards you and be like, "Alright, you here for the show? What, you
Are we
just
going to the
standing
show
there
tonight?
looking..." It's
Are
like,
we going to the show? What show?
he points at the sign.
Oh, yes, that show. Why?
Well, if you come any closer, you're gonna be paying a yellow Kmart to watch.
Ah, I see. Maybe we should.
I'll give him 4 yellow K-bars.
Yeah. Can we pay and
Okay.
we decide if we come later?
I guess so.
Do you got like a stamp for us so you know that we're paid for?
I'll do a head count, you're fine.
Perfect. We're pretty hard to
I gave
miss.
him 4 yellow K-bars, so thank you, have a good day, sir.
Okay. Like, yeah, you too, whatever.
Yeah.
He just shoves the money off into
Arno,
his
is that
sack.
your grown-up voice?
Yes, I use it all the time.
Mm-hmm. That's right there.
My name is Jim.
Jim, the normal guy.
Hoop doo!
Okay.
This is going great.
Yeah, he walks past you and starts to accost the rest of the people getting too close and are in the payment zone.
Zone of truth, zone of payment.
Ooh, I like that spell.
120
Give me
foot
your
radius from the
money.
center of the stage.
So
You
where
must
are we
pay.
currently?
You guys are approaching from either side, up to you.
Alright, let's make our way around
Yeah.
Okay.
this side.
Making your way clockwise from the
Making
bubble.
our way downtown.
Walking fast.
And you're homebound.
Well, we're not quite homebound, but we're trying. We're just trying so hard, guys.
Okay. Are you just gonna jump right into action then?
Yes. Ruby,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to
go
wait for
that way.
I walk in the direction that is indicated of me.
Okay. When she's in place, I do what I do.
Okay.
I walk past the guard.
Am I supposed to drop dead?
Mm-hmm.
Your
I
signal
think you
is
should-
for her to die.
You should
I
act,
guess.
as if you are.
I am
Dying
I'm
first.
stumbling a little.
Yes, and then as soon as the guard comes,
Okay.
I have
you're
an
all the way down.
I have an unsteady gait as I walk.
Okay.
Okay.
So I tell the guard, please, my friend is not feeling well. Maybe you can help me. Bloom.
Okay. Deception check with advantage.
For
Him since he's talking,
Okay.
I guess.
Probably better. I assume Ruby doesn't have.
11.
One more 20.
Oh.
Advantage.
11.
Oh man. He sees Ruby fall, and just with how out of the blue it is, and everything seems to be going fine, he says, okay, and shuffles your way.
All right.
I am reducing my breathing, and therefore bringing my heart rate down
Mhm. Okay.
as best I can.
People have kind of started to like give you a little bit of a wide berth, and some of them are like looking over you.
I'm
Okay.
Before we sneak over, I say, if things go bad, say one of the workers attacked her, and then run.
This sounds familiar.
Okay, and then we sneak over to the cages.
Okay. As you start to sneak over towards the back side of the cage, you hear from the front side one of the workers say, "Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to tonight's show. Genal the Magnificent and his menagerie. Please, if you have entered the payment radius, see one of our advisors and they will see to you accordingly. Now, without further ado, Genal the Magnificent." Everyone clap.
Hippity, woo!
And you see this set of feet kind of go in front, and just as you come on the back side of the wagons, you catch just the barest glimpse of him. You see that same blackish purple skin and light yellow hair. He's wearing a turban with a jewel in it and an overcoat that is well embroidered with a similar pants to you. But you guys kind of swap spaces as he gets into the front and you go towards the back. You see, as you get towards the backside now, the four people that were hanging around have all made their way over to the cage farthest from you now, and that's the one that the boar is in.
Going to whisper to the animal in the cage.
Okay.
Hello, it's me again, and I'm gonna show him my hand.
Okay.
Be like, I'm the blue boy that set you free before, and I'm gonna do it again.
The saber-toothed tiger's enclosure. And you see him prowl over from the darkness, his eyes kind of glowing in the starlight, reflecting back at you. You've come to help me.
Yes, I have food for when we escape, but we have to listen.
I don't know you.
I show him my face.
From when did you come last?
It was a while ago, but I've come to free you.
I want to run.
I can do that. Just have to run when we open the cage.
Make an animal handling check. 15. He gets back onto his haunches and sits down and seems to be ready.
Is he good?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to try and pick a lock. Is there a lock here? Is it open?
Yeah, you see.
You just opened this cage and it's a saber-toothed tiger in it. It's fine. I'm supposed to be here.
There is a sturdy, maybe cast iron lock affixed to this side of the cage. Go ahead and give her a check there with your thieves' tools.
8.
8. You
I've
dig
never
in
done this
there
before.
with your thieves' tools.
It ought to work like this.
It's not working.
I have an idea, but it might tell them where we are.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Let's try the other box.
Okay.
Okay. At this point, Ruby, one of the guards, is now over you. Is like, ma'am, shaking
I am
you.
ragdoll as possible. I am not responding. I am still trying to lower my pulse.
Okay. I will give a deception check.
Great. Superb. H-roll. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Did you know I will be subtracting numbers?
Yup, I figured.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Yep. No, that's 6.
He kind of just like lifts you up over his shoulder and starts like walking you away from the crowd.
Okay.
And as soon as you're like on the other side, out of where the patrons are filing in, he kind of just sets you down. If you can't keep your head up, you gotta leave. I'm sorry.
I just blink at him.
I have heard that before.
I say, who are you?
I'm the Imperial Guard. Are you gonna be okay, ma'am?
I just stare at him.
Okay. While you're
I'm trying to
staring
stall
at
for
him,
as
you
much
guys are
time.
picking another lock.
Yeah, what animal do
I
I
think
find?
I will intervene at this point to try and further distract while they're working.
Mhm.
Oh, did you say there's other people watching this happen?
Yeah, there is maybe like 10 or 20 people sitting around this front semicircle. What do you
guys-
want to do?
Oh,
What are you doing to cause distraction?
I'm debating punching someone in the face. Start a fight.
Okay. You can see at this point.
Actually, I think I'm going to attempt to slyly push someone into someone else so they think that they're
Certified is one level of the
Okay.
Galaxy Brain meme, and then this is the next level of the Galaxy Brain meme.
Interstellar brain.
Make someone think that fighting was their idea.
Incite a fight in others.
Shoot spitball
So that's
into
what I
crowd.
was trying to watch this chaos.
Okay. Let's see. What should that be? I want to say a deception check or sleight of hand.
Let's.
Sleight of hand would be good.
Okay, that's all right.
You're kind of like trying to tap someone on the shoulder with your trunk.
Well, 8.
And as you try and like rustle this feathers,
Is he a Kenku?
no, just a guy.
Just a guy.
It's like, hey, watch it there, you big gray oaf.
Well, I guess since I screwed up, I might as well go with it.
You know, when you fail, you should just lean into that failure.
I'd say I'll just be like, excuse me?
There's room over there for you to sit down. This is our spot. They're bringing out the boar. Move.
I will clumsily whip around to bump him more.
You're
In
now
order
just
to
like
make him
stepping
mad now.
over him.
Now, just in order to make him upset, I'm hoping the guard is watching this happen.
It's the potential birth of a fight.
I'm almost like
Guards
doing
watching.
drunken fist here at the moment.
Okay.
You're
But
a
like
monk.
with distraction. Like instead of fighting, it's just like.
At this point, I'm gonna say Let's do initiative.
Okay.
Everyone?
Yes.
Oh dear.
You won't be like in the initiative yet, but yeah.
Can I add anything?
Peré.
Oh.
Uh huh.
9.
Uh huh.
Arno.
19!
Wow.
I'm ready to save some animals.
Obscene. I'm not gonna roll
Azriel.
this on anything that
5.
matters.
What?
This is obscene. I'm not gonna roll like this on anything that matters because I just got a dirty 20.
Hey.
But no, nothing else will be above a 10. It's fine.
Dirty 20
Not with that attitude.
on the
Yup.
ruby.
It's reverse psychology.
Okay.
Now they heard you.
Let's
I'm
see
trying to
how,
make my dice into behaving.
see how this random citizen does.
Natural 20.
And I love you, random citizen.
This crew back here.
Where am I?
Um,
Curiosity.
Exactly.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Oh,
Oh,
the satisfaction brought it back. That's the rest of the saying, and no one remembers the rest of the saying. That is the principle upon which my character is built.
Uh-huh.
This is the stage. Let's fill it with some peeps.
Yay! Immersion.
Put a dragon in there.
What else could go wrong? Let's add a dragon.
Here's the guard that went to check on your business.
Uh-huh.
Here's other guard. Here is the ringleader. Kind of strolling off this direction now. Oh my gosh, way to go. Literally being carried. And then a guy is shimmying out this way from in bit.
Does look like he's shimmering. He's like, yeah. Yeah.
Gonna club you.
You're all gonna die.
Covering up. Yeah, so yeah, you two are like that direction. But yeah, Ruby, is there anything you want to do?
Yes, I
Okay.
am going to ask him, where am I?
You're at the Placid Oasis, ma'am.
I don't know my name.
Do
Do you know who I am?
No, you should maybe go to the bubble.
What's that?
That over there, Shava will take care of you.
Oh no. What if I've lost everyone I've ever known and cared about?
Oh my god.
Ma'am, please! So taking your 6 seconds to just
Yep.
be
I have lost my memory.
Uh-huh.
Where you've gone.
I hate wall work faster.
He doesn't know if he believes you, but
I know, it's
he
great.
knows that you're distressed.
Yes. No, I'm crying again because it's very close to the surface still, so I just think of Shanzi and let the waterworks go.
Oh man, okay. It's working.
I'm not faking.
Arno.
Okay. I wanna get all the animals out of here.
You may have to pick and choose.
No. I'm gonna play my pan flute and call on my unicorn spirit to give you advantage on picking the locks.
Oh.
And then
Pianissimo pan flute ensues.
Go ahead.
The quietest of pan flutes.
Love it.
I'm gonna bonus action shillelagh my staff and get ready to start hitting things if they get in our way.
Okay.
Love it. Watch it go
Sounds
around.
good.
You still have to stay here tonight.
Yeah. You quietly play your
got
pan
free
flute
logic
and
for
you
the first
hear
time, and now
in
we're
your mind
ruining it.
the soft stamping of hooves as Alona's presence whooshes by you towards Azriel. But next we have Random Citizen.
Fight! What's his special attack?
Fireball.
Special attack is call more guards. This man is harassing
Random
me.
Citizen gets the cool cloak. Put him next to you, please.
I have bumped into him.
Okay.
He's like, "Hey,
Maliciously.
Oh, you would probably be up here closer then.
Oh,
You're close to the boar. All right, he's gonna try and hit you.
okay.
That man starts the brawl. That's interesting.
Natural 4.
Well, I'm going to
His
block him
modifiers
with
are
my
like
trunk.
nothing.
It's just gonna be like,
You wax on, wax off. Push
Yeah.
it, his fist out of the way. He's gonna try again though. And how about a 10?
Nope, still wackadoo.
Wax on, wax
Wax
off. And both of his fists are just gingerly pushed aside by your massive gray form. It's your turn now.
I am then going to take my trunk and just straight punch.
Okay.
In his face. I don't.
Just cross your arms and bap.
Yeah, I'm just trying to not do too much to the point where I just want to distract the god.
Trying to pull your punch a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Roll the hit first. Just to see.
16.
Yeah, 16. You definitely hit and connect. I will say, instead of damaging him, if you'd like to, for this scenario, you can push him prone. So, kick him on his ass.
That's what I'm doing.
Alright. So yeah, you just cross your arms and your trunk just goes
I'm
out
not
in front
trying
of
to
you.
BK. Yeah.
You like swiftly, quickly, like push him in the chest just when he's like reeling back from the punches that he gave you, and his balance is completely off, and he falls butt first into the sand.
I was gonna say, it's almost like you put your foot behind his foot,
Yeah.
and you don't even like punch him, you push
Yep.
with your trunk, and it just goes whoop.
In a very monk manner.
Silver tea kettle.
Yeah.
Alright, Azriel.
Okay, so what does the unicorn do?
It gives you advantage on ability checks.
Ooh. Okay.
We need to set free all of our friends.
Yep. Can I try again on this lock? Sit here for as long as it takes and keep
You
showing
can, yeah.
it? Okay. It's 22 for lock. picking.
22. You feel extra guided by some like fizzing, sparkly presence in your chest,
I
and
like it.
it
There's
just
glitter running through your veins right
it
now, boy.
sharpens your finger muscles, and you're making more articulate gestures than you normally do, and the lock clicks open. The kitty is free.
Long live the kitty.
You hear a contented, low, like purr growl noise. You're not sure what it was.
Okay. Can I use my movement too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to start moving towards the next one.
Okay. Sounds good. So, the show goes on.
As it always does.
It must.
It really must.
And you can see now that anyone who's out in the crowd sees that he has like a big rope lasso that he's starting to like swirl around and like step through and stuff.
Wacky desert cowboy is this man.
Desert cowboy.
Wearing a turban. I'm feeling it.
Those two are working on closing that latch. And then it's the Animule's turn, and since he heard the click, he's going to run that way. And you guys are close enough to where he's able to pretty much, with his speed, the saber-toothed tiger disappears around one of the large red rock spires. You can't see him from your vantage point right now.
Sure.
One jailbreak.
And we're back up at the top with Rui.
Uh-huh. I am weeping as piteously as I can. I need to find my people. I don't know where they are.
I feel that.
Help! You have to help me, sir. And I'm like clinging to him.
It'll be okay. We're gonna go talk to Shava, and it'll all be fine. Just please, can you just respectful?
And I accidentally like unsheathed my claws just a little bit, and I'm like in my angst, and I'm just like pricking him a little bit as I like hold on
He's
to
just
tight.
like, it kind of drops you. So I was like,
Oh, I thought I was already
okay.
sitting. That was my
Oh, you
impression,
were?
is that I was
Oh,
sitting in the
okay.
sand in front of him, and now I'm like clinging to his
Oh
hand.
yeah. Okay,
Mhm.
sure. He just like reaches towards you and is trying to like get you to your feet.
I am sack of potatoesing as hard as I can.
All right.
So that conflict continues. I don't know if
that
you can try
conflict
and
continues.
if you can try and disengage, but I'm keeping one person busy.
All right, sounds good. I like it. Arno.
Okay, we're gonna.
There's someone getting closer.
I'm gonna sneakily go over here and make sure my unicorn spirit follows. And that's all I'm doing.
Okay. Sounds good. Random citizen
Oh, buddy.
stands up.
Wait, is that guard over there just not engaged right now?
He's watching.
Okay.
He's like, I'll get in there if it gets bloody.
And
But 5 yellow Kmars on that big guy.
Yeah, right.
he's gonna try and hit you again. This time he's gonna like back up and go for a tackle. 2 on the dice.
Oh.
And he knocks himself prone again.
I just like twist out of the way as he like jumps for my legs.
Yeah.
I'm just like, nope.
Back on the ground.
Step
Take one deft step, and he's just like shoulder and mouth full of sand, and he runs into some of the patrons in front of him. He's like, "Hey, knock it off, guy!"
Oh god, I don't even know what to do now. I'm just like wasting my time with this guy.
So am I.
I'm
tears.
almost to the platform.
He's just like, "We started it."
Do I have any idea of how far they're getting over there? Or is that
You're
completely out
kind
my
of
sight?
unsure. The front half of these cages are all like blocked off with black curtains.
Yeah, so like nobody can see what they're
Can't really tell. And you've been kind of preoccupied with this guy trying to tackle you, so.
Okay, so now tell me again, these guys are not guards, they're just workers?
They're not Imperial guards.
This okay. This
The
is
two great
an
ones.
Imperial guard?
Yeah.
I should not hurt him.
Might be a smart idea, yeah.
Okay. I'm just going to dash. Yeah,
Bye!
I'm gonna dash. That's gonna be my signal for you to be like,
Christ.
yep, just drop the act. We gotta do some work over here. Sorry.
I don't know what that signal means.
I know you might not. So just
You might not.
One or the other.
I'm going to. No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna just dash over this way, past this guard. Because the elephants are over here, aren't they?
The elephants are over here.
Wait. Are we?
Boop, boop. Yeah.
And that's on stage.
Yeah.
Yep.
Peré, run through.
Do you want to go the other way?
I'm gonna run straight through. They're gonna be thinking I'm part of the act.
They might.
I am distracting. I am doing the job I was asked to distract, and I am distracting.
Are you running in front of
Yes.
the crowd or close to the water?
In front. So it's almost like I'm a streaker on the football field. I'm
Alright.
just going to go. So,
What with all your clothes on still?
with all my clothes on, of course.
Alright, so you can go 80 feet.
So I have to go. Wait, is this the
That's
water?
water.
Okay.
That's the water line.
Okay.
You can go swim if you want.
30, there you go. 40, 45, 50, 75, 80.
So all of a sudden, just in front of like these 20 people who paid a Kmart to watch, just
An elephant with 2 feet and hands.
trunk flailing behind
Darts
you
across.
with your speed as you're going.
Wait, are these
Oh, I'm
elephants?
weeping. This is so
Is that what
good.
they're supposed to be?
No, they're just off in the distance.
Okay, that's my axe right now.
Alright, sounds good.
You're
Azriel.
probably just watching this like, what
There you
was
go.
that?
Um,
Not part of the plan.
You've
Stop
stepped,
crying for a second. I was surprised.
you've stepped in front of a cage with 3 large owls with like dish-shaped faces. They're kind of just giving you a curious look as they turn their heads towards you. One of them a 180. Alright. Roll that check.
Uh-oh.
21.
Oh!
21. Clicks right open.
Oh no, tell them what to do.
2 for 2.
I can't talk animal.
Fly, be free, get away from this horrible man.
Fly, you fools.
Fly.
What was that?
I don't
That was
know.
an owl
It
noise.
was a giant owl.
You never heard an
noise.
owl before? Space rumble.
Let me get my octave displacer. Okay.
Like
Yeah.
how much I'm gonna cry laughing this evening.
Can I try to be sneaky? Because I know I'm getting close to them.
Getting close. You would know where he is. He'd probably be able to see you if you get like any closer than that.
Okay, for now, I guess I'll stop here.
Yeah. The show goes on.
Even after.
I don't know what you're talking about. This is the show.
Flip a coin for Cory.
Here, Cory.
What's heads and tails?
Heads.
What's one in Kraken?
Heads is the ringleader looks your way. Tails is he goes back behind the carts.
Which is the one and which is the Kraken?
Kraken is the heads.
Okay. So Kraken is
He
he
looks at you.
finds me.
Mm-hmm.
He finds me! I
Okay.
distracted him, yes!
So he takes a couple steps this way, and before he rounds behind, he just looks at this gray blur that, like, there's just behind you a large, like, red sand cloud kind
It's
of
just gotta be
clouding
such an
everyone's
awful
vision.
noise.
You see him, like, kind of squint his eyes in your direction and give a huff.
8 foot tall.
These guys are just about finished fussing with the cage.
Oh, was that the boar's cage?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the boar's out. These two are going to leave now. And once they get behind here, they start talking to the other two guys.
What's the boar doing?
The boar
Being a
is
show dog?
stamping its feet, and then all of a sudden rushes forward at this guy.
Oh, okay. It's
Boom, boom, boom. And the guy takes a step off to the side. And with his movement, we get behind. Animal's turn.
haha.
Burbs.
Be free, burbs. And the burbs are free.
And there was much rejoicing.
If for some reason we need them, they're here now.
Just keep them all out there.
Yeah.
Just to
Even
truly
the-
describe how chaotic this scene is
I
getting.
want this tiger back there too. that's what I want.
Cory's a
Yeah.
visual
Cory's
person.
demanding.
But he's running this way.
Cory controls the animals.
Alright.
The true druid.
Yes.
These three pale white owls just jettison above your head and fly off into the distance as far as they can go. Ruby, it's your turn.
I am gonna see that the Jesus Christ, the people who were helping with the boar are going back around, and I know they're back there. So with a blood-curdling shriek, I'm going to leap to my feet, yell, "That's my brother!" And I am going to sprint over towards them.
Who's your brother?
30, 35, 40, 45, 50, and I am going to hug him as hard as I can.
Oh, awesome.
And say, "Brother, I found you!"
Oh my god.
You
What is
come
this
up
happening?
I'm just trying my best.
You go up to a hooded tabaxi.
I was hoping so hard.
Roll it just roll a charisma check.
Yep, I think they're all the same.
They're
Yep.
the same as all
Yeah.
my charisma. It's all
So,
another one.
yeah.
It's fine.
Just let's
Wait, but, how big is the unicorn?
30-foot radius.
He's following you.
It's following you.
Oh,
I got a 13.
13.
Mm-hmm.
He looks down at you and is like, sister, may I? What can I?
Can I roll like to try and grab him?
Yeah, roll.
Because that was my major aim in getting
Yeah.
over there, was trying to like, yeah.
Roll a basically a strength check. We'll go for a grapple, sorta.
Okay. 12.
Okay. Yeah. You.
maybe he wants to be hugged. Maybe he hasn't been hugged in 5 years.
Needed a hug.
With your hug and whatever you're trying to do to gain his attention, you completely have it. And at this point, his companion who's standing behind him and these two over here are also looking in your direction.
I am making a scene in all caps.
Pretty successfully.
Like now I am weeping loudly and like I'm getting some tears out, but this is more like a hysterical weeping.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, it's been so long. I thought I had lost you forever.
Very good.
Just any variant on that I can
We
manage.
are great distracting.
Awesome. Arno.
Okay, I don't want them getting near us. I'm gonna create spikes right behind them.
What about the last one though?
That one's empty.
Oh, it is because the Bauer is out there.
That's a freebie.
Yeah, it's a free space.
Okay.
No, I mean we get to the boar is already out of the cage. We're gonna have
That's
to
right.
fuck around with that cage.
Yeah, I'm gonna create
Just
spikes
tell
behind
Bauer,
them and just hope that we can get this last cage, and I'm gonna plan what I want to do with the board. I'm gonna move over here.
Oh. Okay. Random citizen.
Hey.
Random citizen who's been left in a puff of roadrunner dust.
He gets up. And he looks and he sees you over there and is like, yeah, piss off!
Run!
Yeah, it's like it has this like this just like all of this testosterone just like builds up that he's just like, yeah, I want that. That was on me.
He sits down.
I hit the ground really hard twice, but I won that
I was
fight.
the winner of that one.
He sits down next to his date.
Sandy dates.
She looks the other way.
I really like that. I like that.
Oh my god.
You always do this, Jerry.
You always get into fights.
Derek.
Alright,
Come on.
Peré, it's your turn.
Now is the for the audience view is ringleader, is that what you're calling him?
Yeah.
Ring? Is he in view or is he out of view?
Of the audience?
Yeah.
Out of view.
So he's like he's not the great guy, right?
He is.
He's the bad guy.
He is the leader of the
That's,
menagerie.
this is what he tells me.
Yeah.
Arno thinks this guy's the bad guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dart and tackle him.
We will believe
Is
anything our
over
little boy
there.
says.
Yeah. Go
Okay.
for it.
I should start a cult!
I think we did.
I did. I knocked him down. He is down.
Okay. You're trying to like go for a grapple?
Yeah.
Or do you want to
Full on
like try
grapple.
and go for a stun?
Knock the breath out of him.
Yeah, basically, yeah, we're just gonna. I don't know if he's a bad guy.
Okay.
So I'm just
Sure.
gonna like try and do as minimal damage that will keep him down as
Okay.
possible.
Make a strength check.
You are also hitting him.
Oh, woofty, woofty, woofty. 7. 7.
Well, let's see how he does. He got 17.
Oh, no.
Okay, so I didn't do much.
No, he steps out of the way.
I'm gonna try again.
Uh,
Stun. Can I?
You can't try and grapple him again.
No, I will try and stun.
Alright. Yeah, you can use the second half of your attack to
Yes.
do a stunning strike.
Yep.
Hit him with the
Roll
truck.
to hit.
Oh, no.
9.
9.
Bonus action attack?
Yeah, that is not going to do it either.
Bonus action attack?
Yeah.
Yeah, your extra attack.
Okay.
Better.
17.
17. That'll hit.
Thank you.
Alright. So, damage and then save that I need to make.
9.
9 damage.
Yes.
Alrighty.
Good punch to the chin.
As far as that con goes, that's a 9, so he will be stunned.
Good work.
Alright.
Yeah.
That was
your
a lot of
your
work,
trunk
but I did
punches and connects with like a nerve on the underside of his chin bone, and he is locked.
It was
in
like
place.
jump, miss, try and swing, missed, just accidentally slapped him with the trunk on the
There
way
you go.
down.
It's always the truck.
It was a very clumsy deal.
You were moving really fast
That
in your
was.
defense. You came in hot.
Yeah, like that.
You made the Doppler noise.
What's
you
that,
ran
an
by people.
elephant?
Was it
Pachyderm.
running upright?
More like smackoderm. Got him.
Eh.
Like a pachyderm because you're not.
That was physically painful.
Wow.
Let's forget I said that.
So
We
the
can't.
next.
I'm being recorded.
The haunting unison, that was pretty good.
Speaking of being recorded, it's your turn.
Oh, good. I'll go
What
up
will
to
you do?
the lion's cage and try to get this one now.
Alright, roll the pick.
It's a silver lion.
Lion with a silver-haired mane.
Beautiful. 19.
19.
Yep.
You wriggle, you twist, and you feel like you're just on the cusp of something.
No,
but
the
it's...
walks. Why'd you have to do this before? Okay. That's it. That's all I got.
Bonus
Alright.
action.
I don't have much of those. Unless I want to hurt myself.
I'll be on my way.
Okay.
Okay, that
Oh,
is
W.
your turn.
Just mowing
Arno.
people down on the way.
Tell the Bauer what everyone else has got.
He's going to, like, try and shift his arms a little bit. Like he's, like, reaching up towards his mouth. And when he, like, gives a half-assed whistle, but it's not very loud. And then he's going to try and attack you.
Me?
Yeah. Okay. DC advantage. And he totally misses.
Okay.
He takes the whip out from his side, and like his arm is just moving way too slow, and he doesn't get enough crack.
It does that thing where you just unfurl
Flat.
a whip. Like, just on the ground now.
It just.
Missile snare?
He did.
It did connect, so no.
Yeah, it needs to do damage first.
Can't snare something that never ends up being a missile.
Potential missile snare?
No, that's not the name.
That's level 10s.
No, you get to do other
And
crazy
then-
crappy flying things at level 10.
With the rest of his turn, instead of trying to attack again, he's going to try and whistle again. And semi-successfully. You don't know what that's gonna do, but he whistled.
Get kicked in the teeth.
So that was his part of the show going on. Animals continue to flee. This boar turns around and starts to charge again. This guy steps off to the side and has the boar step into his hoop of rope and cinch it tight. So the boar is effectively grappled at this point in time.
Hogtied.
Ah!
Exactly.
Ah!
This guard's gonna start walking back to his post, I guess.
He's gonna pretend nothing happened.
I'm just gonna let that guy deal with it. She wasn't
Good job.
hurting anyone.
Hashtag not my problem anymore.
The other guy's real close.
Uh-huh.
The Tabaxi that you talked to and his friend kind of inquire with you some more, like, "You're his brother? What? This is so weird."
If I have to end a respond, I'm going to spin a tale that I don't remember anything else in my life right now, but all I remember is that he has to be my brother. And I'm going to look as deranged and unhinged as possible.
Yeah, these two start to move that way,
Uh-huh.
and they're kind of like conversing amongst themselves as well.
Oh
just
shit, what's
like-
going on over there?
Spikes.
So anyway, let's sidle up a little bit closer.
Just a little bit closer.
A little bit closer.
And animals run. The lion can't run. Ruby, it's your turn.
Uh-huh.
Arno on deck.
I'm gonna keep spinning my story of woe, and if they don't look like they're buying it, I'm just gonna sit down on the ground and start scream crying.
All right, charisma check to see if they buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got a 20, folks.
18.
Yeah, they buy it. You're giving him just the right amount of details, but they're still very intrigued.
Remember Margaret?
Oh,
Margaret!
And it happens that we both know a Margaret. This is like Superman v Batman. We both know a Martha. This is the only time Ruby has performed at anything in her whole entire life.
She's just thinking in the back of her head, like,
Arno!
Okay,
The stage is
I'm
lost.
going
This
to
is the monastery's game.
come between here and tell the lion when the cage is unlocked, run. And I'm gonna run on to the performance.
Oh, buddy!
The main show.
Alright,
Blue
you are
boy
5 feet
himself.
away from the boar being
Oh
hogtied.
my
I
god.
want to
You should transform into a
I
bear.
want to shoot poison spray over the hog and at the guy.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Please turn into an animal as well.
12.
12? That will hit.
Okay.
This guy is trying to wrangle a boar and gets sprayed in the face with poison.
7.
7. Okay.
This random blue boy jumps out and pepper sprays him.
I'm fully covered. They don't know who the fuck I am.
This masked man jumps out and pepper sprays
I think
him.
it's part of the show. And they're like, yeah!
Sand.
Everyone's just loving it. They're like, there was an elephant. There was a blue boy who poisoned. It was amazing. I highly recommend this show.
It's like Cirque du Soleil,
Huge.
just a little different.
Just a great Yelp reviews going on. That's all I can say. Outstanding performance.
Outstanding.
Oh, I wasn't able to shillelagh before because my thing was bonus action, but now I will shillelagh.
Shillelagh.
And just get ready to fight.
Okay.
Boom.
Wait, what shillelagh?
Instead of my weapons attack, it becomes a D8 instead of a
This
D6.
kind of uses your, not your strength, but your spell casting.
Alrighty then.
Makes you better at doing the thing.
Peré. And then Azriel on deck.
How's this guy doing right now?
How's this guy doing? He took 1 hit.
Yeah, he's stunned until the end of your turn, I believe is the premise.
Alright. Can I re-stun him? by
You
hitting
can.
him? I'll just hit him again.
Alright. Roll to attack.
Okay. I feel bad actually. Oh. 25.
Oh,
That'll
big hit.
hit.
Big hit. Body blow.
Gut punch.
Right in the solar plexus.
Oh boy.
Yay.
You feel bad.
4.
And you're trying to stun again?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you lose what, 2 key points out of 5?
Constitution. That is a 16.
Ooh, ooh.
Eats it.
He is not stunned right now. You do have another attack. Since you have 2 attacks now.
Can I just do a bonus action of running away?
If you would like.
I want to try and distract him more along this back way so he doesn't come out and see what's going on over here. Punch, run. Just
Okay. He's going to make an opportunity attack as you run away.
Okay.
Try and whip out at your heels.
I'd like to see him try.
Oh, he's
Right.
gonna.
You're about to.
I do what?
You don't do anything usually.
Where's your modifier?
Cory's invincible.
Dylan, I love that you're like physically contorting yourself with stress.
I am stressed. I want all these animals free.
I know you do.
That was a 15 to hit.
No, sir.
Alright, the whip just barely misses your heels as you run out of the way.
It's all the sand you're kicking up at kids.
Azriel.
Yes.
Yep. I guess I'll try and pick this lock again.
Okay.
It's like when you're a little kid, you want to start running like this first before you actually.
13.
That's what I do.
13's not gonna do it either.
Okay. That's about all I can do.
Okay. The lion just sits in his cage, just paws kind of going against the bars, begging for freedom.
Dylan is in physical pain.
I just want it to be free.
Okay. And the show goes on. He's gonna try and whip again.
Whip it real good.
This time is a natural 19 plus his modifier, so that'll
Hit.
Yep.
You take 7 points of piercing damage, and he's going to use his second action to Whipmaster grapple you.
Ooh.
Well, you're doing a great job of distracting him.
I am. That is the goal here.
That is the objective.
As a grappled creature,
Without trying to hurt him too much.
hearing that whip crack sound, these two turn around to see a weird spiky formation.
They don't see it.
They don't see it. It's hidden.
Uh-huh.
Alright, they're gonna walk that direction.
They're
I'm
gonna
gonna take
try.
2d4 for every step.
Alright. They're gonna take all the steps. They don't know what's happening.
One takes 4. The other one takes 4.
How many steps did they take?
This guy took 3, that one took 2.
Okay. So that's 2 4s.
Another 4. Another 4. And a 7.
Wow. Good job at rolling 4.
Thank you.
They're dead.
You kill the people by just them turning around.
They just walked that direction. And,
Ow! Ow! What the?
and they now see you trying to jimmy the lock on the lion's enclosure, and they'll use the rest of their movement to engage you.
Okay.
So attack numero uno, the short sword. That's gonna be 16 to hit.
Mesh.
Alright, chinks off. Second one, that will be a 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay.
Do your worst, circus scum.
Don't tell them to do their worst, they will.
I did. 3 piercing
Ha
damage.
ha ha.
I rolled a 1 on that d6.
It's like that sometimes.
And that will be their turn. The guy, the more pressing issue right now is to make sure that this hog gets back into its pen. So it's going to take the rest of its action to finish grappling and tug it this way. Yep. And then those two are still enamored by your story just enough. But it's looking pretty bleak for how much longer that's gonna
Well,
last.
I recognize that. I've done all that I can do.
You see those lizards that they were riding around on earlier, both with Zero Rider right now, running that direction towards you guys.
Squirrely whirly.
Okay. And the boar is going to try and escape the grapple if he can. But he's not doing so good.
No.
Ruby then Arno.
I don't know what to do right now. I don't think I have really anything that I can do right now, which is unfortunate. If things look like they're gonna get sticky, I'm gonna cast Bane on the 3 closest guards that I can see, but I'm not gonna do it till then.
Okay, holding Bane. And by guards, you mean mostly...
Anybody who's working in the circus or not the Imperial guards,
Okay, good
Just the
to
circus one.
know.
just the 3 closest within 30 feet of me.
What's the trigger again?
If things start to look like they are going south, I
Okay.
can't see what's happening with Azriel right now, but I can see that Arno has blown his cover.
Sure.
And so I think
Let's-
I've probably heard the whip crack as well, so I'm gonna
Let's do this. Roll another charisma check.
14.
14. Things are going south. So, if you want to lease Bane now, it seems like they're about to turn against your favor.
Okay, I will do the 2 that are with me and the 1. Is he close enough within 30?
He's within 40.
40, not 30. I'll just bane these 2 guards then.
Bane
Terrible
yourself.
idea. Yes, I should bane myself at this rate. This is a
Okay,
terrible idea.
they are.
I have cast bane on my brother.
Okay. Arno.
I'm going to catch up them, and I'm gonna conjure a yellow adder in front of this guy.
Not a
Okay.
good idea. Not a good idea. You didn't listen to me. Not a good idea. I don't like it.
Sure, this is a snaky boy.
Okay.
Where?
In front of this guy so he can't keep running. And I'm gonna tell the boar it needs to run
Okay,
away.
sounds good.
And then the adder needs its own initiative. 15.
15. Alright, it's next.
Sweet.
And you control the adder, yes?
Yes.
The boar is still hogtied.
Okay. You commanding the adder to attack.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
You got the stats now.
Okay. I want it to constrict that one.
Okay, so roll the hit first.
18?
Yep, that hits.
Okay. This. 7 damage.
Okay.
And it needs to. And its DC is 14 for the grapple.
Gotcha. Let's see how you do. Got 19.
Of course.
Next up is Peré, then Azriel.
So I'm just wrapped around with this whip, right?
Yes, you are currently
I'm gonna
grappled.
try and use my weight to like pull him off balance.
Okay.
Tug of war. Tug of war.
Give you make a strength athletics check.
Natural 20.
Yeah. You just shift your weight off to the side with a swift tug, and the whip releases from your midsection, and you're able to move freely.
I'm gonna go help Azriel
Okay.
with his little dudes over there.
Okay.
So, wait, I need to use it. No.
You can make it. Alright, now that's your turn. Azriel.
Okay, try again.
Okay,
Third
try
time's a
again.
charm. Hey, it's a 23.
It is?
Yes.
Oh! And just sweating, these guys are right over your shoulder now, and you're not familiar with this, but you just ever so slightly just
It's the glitter in your veins.
It really is.
glitter in your veins are just putting your fingers in the perfect places, and you get that cage clicked open.
I have to say, I love the different, like, the list of your spirits, because it starts off with bear and hawk, and those are pretty reasonable, and then it hits unicorn, and you're like, what?
I'm inspired. I'm going to turn to Peré and say, we need to go. And I'm going to... can I see through the bars? Do I see what's going on stage? Or is there a curtain?
You can not really see. You can see the adder right now, probably.
It's time to go. I'm gonna... Actually... What else is, like, back here?
That direction.
Off the board. I'm being a marsh.
Yes, I know, it's okay. I just need
Have
a
you trained
500
for
foot
me?
square battle mat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, new terrain for me, I'm leaving.
I need you to build the whole map on Minecraft.
Yeah. That direction is some of the more open area. The wall, that red rock wall, kind of starts to create a pinch point, but it's pretty broad walking path.
Okay, nothing to hide behind.
Not too much. If you got maybe like 60 feet that way, you could duck behind something.
That's exactly what I need. I'm going to, I don't care if I get hit, run.
Alright.
4, 5, 6.
Thanks. You left me with all of your people and my people.
Yep.
Well, you can go 120 feet in one movement by using step movement, so
You're a lot
That's a
faster than me.
17 to hit.
you can
Misses.
double his speed.
17?
Yep.
Man.
An 18.
Crazy.
I'll meet you there
Got a shield,
before
boy.
you get there.
18.
Oh, that one hits.
Okay.
Here's my
8 piercing damage.
Okay.
That one
Ooh.
got you right in the side as you ran away from the cage.
Once I run 30 feet, I'm going to bonus action, turn into a shadow, and reappear behind something.
Behind something away.
30 feet away, which you said would be 60 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Just gonna sit there for a little bit.
Okay. You have now effectively gotten out of combat. I'll
I
let
did
you
my
know.
job.
You're 60 feet away if you want to do anything.
Okay, I will remember that.
And the show goes on.
Boy, does it though?
It does! The show has just begun.
Gonna try and whip Peré. Natural 20.
Oh,
boy.
no!
Doesn't hit me, no.
Yup.
No.
Nice try.
Okay.
That will be 8 piercing damage,
Oh shoot.
and he will use your bonus action once again to grapple you. You are stuck till further notice.
I'm stuck again, huh?
Put him up, see?
This one's going to get on the other side.
I got myself in a mess.
You're in a little bit of a pickle.
Do the birds know Dimension Door?
But they're not going to try and draw any more blood if they can help it.
I'll take 3 guys, don't worry, everybody.
These two right here are going to start to leave your purview. Opportunity attacks if you want them.
I don't have anything in my hands, no.
Oh yeah, okay.
I mean, I have my claws, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm just gonna cry piteously.
Using their best movement they can to not get within striking range of the snake. They run around to try and
Smart of them.
apprehend the blue boy.
Not the blue boy.
Cut and run, blue boy.
This guard is going to engage the adder. And this guard is going to engage the adder.
Arky.
Question.
It will take from both of the guards 15 slashing damage.
Total or
Total. This guy is just going to try and get away, but it's towards the snake. I think he's going to actually end up dropping the rope, and he will drop the rope, step around, and try to bap you.
no?
15 to hit.
That's
Okay. 6 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I think that's all of the shenaniganery. It's the animal's turn. This lion gets out of his cage and runs.
No, leave
Bursts
him on the board.
forth.
Leave him on the board.
And runs off the board, but on the
Runs and
board
runs and runs and runs away.
to meet up with his silver-haired elf friend. Ruby. And Arno.
Yeah, I've been abandoned, and I can tell that things aren't going well, and I really don't know what else to do. So I'm gonna take a couple steps. I think I'm about 60 feet away from Peré. I'm gonna
Yeah.
take a couple of steps that way.
Yeah, that would
So I
be
can
chill.
see him better.
Mhm.
I'm gonna cast Healing Word at 2nd level.
Okay.
Whoop.
And no double dice right now, actually.
No, I know. That's 2nd level is why I cast it that way.
Mhm.
6 hit points back. Yep. Leave. And I am gonna kitty cat run as far towards where I saw Azriel go as I can.
Okay. You pretty much almost get to where he is.
Cool.
I'm like behind a barrel.
Yeah.
Hi.
I was gonna say I'm not running like I don't know where exactly you are because you're shadowed. But I'm like just booking it for like the nearest
nearest
place.
ravine.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You're able to duck around into a corner with that much movement.
Cool. Healing word and you're on your own.
Arno.
Right
Can't
side.
turn into an animal because I'll be blue and green.
On the other hand,
Sounds like
a,
something you need to work on.
turning into an animal is kind of what you do.
Turn into an animal. Be the goat.
I'm gonna tell Boar to run, and then I'm gonna hit this guy
Yep.
in the face.
Alright. Hit
Arno,
him
no.
in the face. Shalala.
Yep. 10.
10. That one's gonna miss.
Okay.
I represent that I'm washing my hands.
Just
with
swing
nose.
through the air and it hits empty air, making a whoosh noise.
Gonna try to run.
Okay. Which direction are you headed there?
This way, because it
Yeah.
seems less danger.
Okay.
So, 5, 10, 15,
You see your nemesis between the two cages as you run past.
30. Okay. Yep.
Okay, opportunity attack for him. Only a 12.
No.
Alright. Misses as he tries to stab you as you leave his range.
Mississippi. Got him.
Is that it for you?
Yep.
Okay. Well, up to you how you control the adder.
It's gonna attack these guys.
Okay.
It's probably gonna get attacked by the guards.
Yes. Oh, it has reach though, so
Oh.
it doesn't have to leave the range.
Ah, then it will do that.
I'll advocate for your animal.
Having run some of them not that long ago.
Yeah. It's got a really long neck.
So 12
cat.
to hit this one.
12 to hit.
Yeah.
Meets it beats it.
Yeah. 3.
Bludgeon damage, and I need an
Three.
EC to not be grappled.
Is that the guy? Do I still have Bane on him
This one?
if I'm still concentrating?
This one is the Bane.
I thought she had 2.
Yeah.
No, I
One succeed.
didn't get him on.
Okay. What check am I making again?
Con.
God. 9.
You are grappled.
Okay. Sir is grappled.
And that's it for my turn.
Okay. Peré, then Azriel.
Well, I'm going to try the same thing again since I'm still grappled
Okay.
to pull out of it.
Alright. Strength.
Strength.
Chip. And use your athletics.
Yes, 11.
11.
Yeah. Worked last time.
He has strength. He's holding on to you.
Boop, boop.
Is there any way I can jump in the air and like kick this guy?
Which guy?
One right in front of me, directly in front of me.
Yeah, you still can. You'll have. Yeah, no, you still can.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do that.
All right. Go for it. 13. That will hit.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay. 5. Yeah, you hit him in the face with your trunk, and he goes down.
Oh.
Like he's unconscious.
Boom. Okay. That's my like I'm just struggling like boom. It's like,
You may have me around the waist, but do you
Yeah,
have my trunk?
yeah,
No,
no.
sir.
do you notice a pattern?
Like
Okay.
a wizard trying to cast a spell with a second mouth.
Was that my bonus action? Is that what that kind of is?
Yep. You've used action and bonus.
I'm gonna use a key point to do a flurry of blows with my trunk
Okay.
on the other guy.
Okay.
So one more hit. Or one more roll to hit.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah, that's not gonna beat it.
yeah.
Okay.
Waste a key point.
Yeah, your trunk punches the first guy, and then you tried to like side swipe whack the other guy in the side of the head, and it completely whiffs and misses.
Oops. Alright. That's all I can do.
Azriel,
He's wise to your
you're hiding.
He saw his friend get knocked cold and he's like, oh no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Not
get.
me too.
Oh boy. Okay. Does anyone have eyes on me currently?
Not that you can tell them.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna I'm gonna start running along the what is the giant?
Yeah,
The
the
red
wall.
crest.
Yeah.
Yep, you run across. You run alongside the red crest.
I'm going to shed the white cloak, stash it wherever I was hiding.
Okay.
Tie my hair back up.
Okay. Sounds good.
Start running.
To be fair, you have like a million things.
We should have brought our portable ballista. Oh no!
I mean, you
Yeah,
have
to kill
it.
people with.
I think I want to get in a whip fight with this guy now. Just back and forth whipping each other.
Okay.
Who can out Indiana Jones the other?
These guys now.
Now the guy who's proficient in this.
He's gonna get closer and attempt to restrain you.
Uh-oh.
What happened?
I need a strength athletics check.
Not good, not good, roll high.
Don't have to roll too high.
Well,
9.
9. Meets it, beats it.
Hey!
I had to look for that modifier actually.
pretty important.
Okay. So you are not restrained. You are still grappled. That's his turn. The guy on the other side is going to try and shove a knife in your chest while they're flanking. Only an 8 to hit. He's not very good at holding a knife. You know, you just keep
Brush
whipping
off
your
your
trunk
trunk.
around as you're bound by your sides.
Just figure eights.
Windmill, windmill, windmill.
You're like, your neck muscles are so strong.
Oh my gosh.
Giving yourself whiplash.
Nice. Do you think there's a way I could get like deck out my elephant ears to use them as like
Could you put like piercings in there and like hit people with them? Like brass knuckles, but for
you
your
know, I
ears?
wasn't thinking of that. I was thinking of more of like they could be used as like a small shield to my face.
Reinforce them.
Yeah, like if I put it like chainmail over them or something, I can like.
So you
Gets
have
you
like
right out of
a
range.
couple piercings along the edge, and you
Yeah.
got just chainmail linked along all of them.
The boar.
Two different ideas.
Yeah.
Wait, no, the boar is next. I'm gonna try and get you though.
I should do is put like a club at the end.
Oh man, he's restrained. So he's gonna try and break his restraint. What does he need?
14.
Does not do it. He's still restrained. Guy behind him is going to run around and try and fumble for the rope that is chasing this boar right now.
He is the Bane one, correct?
He is.
Okay.
So -4.
Okay.
Minus a whole 4.
Yes.
I'm
I'm sorry, my Tabaxi brother.
Alright, boar. What you got?
Are we
for
also
it?
trying to save these lizards now?
They're trying to kill us. We're trying to get away from them.
So,
Alright.
but you wanted to
It
save
doesn't
all
answer
of
the
them.
question.
With the help of your bane, the rope slips out of this guy's grasp and the boar
You
is
cursed
able
him.
to dash on past.
I've never cursed anybody before. It's an odd
I'm like,
feeling.
you're going.
Let's see if he gets hit along the way, though. He gets hit with a natural 20 on the way out, though.
Oh.
Small child.
For 6 damage.
Okay.
2 on the dice. That is good. This guy's gonna try and clobber you in the back, Arno. And that is a dirty 20.
I think it hits.
Yeah, me too. And that's a 7 piercing damage.
Turn this into a
Hide!
Good call, good call.
And he's gonna try and make a secondary attack.
Bye-bye.
15 to hit.
So it hits.
Oh man, okay. And that one will be 5 piercing damage. So, these 2 lizards dart, one in front of the carts, one in back. A whole bunch of blows are exchanged. The guards are gonna try and kill this snake. That'll be a miss. And, but yeah, AC 12, so the snake is going to take 5 more piercing. Plus 6 more piercing.
The snake?
The snake takes 11 more piercing damage. Or slashing damage, rather. With their pole arms.
It's still up.
The snake is alive.
The snake is strong.
So are we.
Okay.
It's
Good.
a strong girl.
Good.
She's a strong
And
girl.
good.
I should have kept that hack. Be like, and
Ruby.
don't mess with Brigilla and the blood
Jesus
knots.
Christ. Me?
Throw my hat.
If you want to do anything.
Nope, I'm skedaddling.
Okay.
I guess. Nope, I'm skedaddling. I cannot be of any more help. I am a liability from here on out.
Okay, sounds good. Arno.
Okay. I want to move 1 space, and then I want to wild shape into a rat kangaroo.
Yes.
Is this Avatar The Last Airbender? Where all are hybrids?
So as you step away, it will be a dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
For 7 piercing damage.
Okay, I'm still up. It's okay. I'm.
Alright, you transform into a tiny little kangaroo rat with these huge long legs that are like
fucking
twice
running.
as long as your body.
Like a wallaby?
Like a wallaby.
Oh, cute!
But he's just little.
I imagine like
Boing,
regular sized
boing,
kangaroo
boing,
legs,
boing.
but this itty bitty little body that just fucking takes
So
off.
yeah, you can dash. Yeah, I'll let you dash. You can
Okay.
dash 80.
I'm gone.
The actual Roadrunner noise. Beep beep.
You use your tiny little rodent legs, and you are out of there. a little blue rodent.
3 out of 4.
Come on, Peré.
Okay.
Get out of dodge.
It is the adder's turn if you want to do anything. It is grappling that guy, so he might be poisoned for many days.
At least you can run
It's
like
gonna
the wind.
bite him, because why the fuck not?
Because we didn't need to kill anybody.
15.
15.
Get causing
That'll
mayhem
hit.
and leave.
I didn't want to see anybody.
I know.
There's no way we're doing this.
No, this was the best case scenario for everything that has happened, unfortunately.
13 damage.
13 damage. Oh, yeah, he's down. Yeah, the
Arno's on
yellow
team.
adder just constricts around him tighter and tighter and sinks his fangs right into the portion right above his leg, into his stomach.
See, we written.
If it's a snake, does that mean Arno's also on team I killed a man now?
Yep, it's his snake.
You're the
Yeah,
one
you're telling it what to do.
Actually, when I'm gone, it acts on its own accord.
Oh.
So I
It would have
I
done
get
that.
to choose what it does, but it defends itself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And the fact that it was already constricting something means it would probably just keep doing that.
True. Good deal. Peré,
Technically,
you are
Still
grappled.
grappled.
So,
you're blue at
strength check to try and get out of the grapple.
Oh, I
Yes.
thought you ungrappled.
Add your
Sprinting the fuck out of here.
Alright, you're gonna take 2 opportunity attacks.
Do you have enough HP? Hopefully.
he has keep going, yeah.
And neither of them are gonna hit.
I'm just imagining like, the rope is just around me, and you just see like the smoke go poof, and I'm just like
a little friction around your midsection,
Yeah.
but you're dashing and you are out of there.
yeah.
We should have selected a rendezvous point
May have
instead of the point that we are.
I'm running to the hotel because we didn't pick
This
one.
is the hotel.
The hotel is like on the other side of the
Oh,
It's the
oasis
pond.
over
Once
there.
I get
We'll
past
spend the
them,
rest of
I'm
the
trying
day-
to get back to the hotel as
Okay.
this little rat thing.
I am hanging out in the ravine, I guess. I'm
Okay.
trying to lay low for
You
a
and
bit.
Azriel are you're along the wall.
Are
You're
the
in the ravine.
elephants guarded?
Right now, no.
Cutting them free. And then
Okay.
going to the hotel.
You cut them free and they start meandering away.
That's where I was headed.
Okay.
No animal left behind.
Oh, good.
And what is the audience doing right now?
Now this is the show we paid our for.
The audience
It's like a guy out there like, I've been to every single one of these and they've all sucked and today was just great.
We made someone's day.
The audience at this point, like round 3, half of them were gone, half of them were in the drink behind you. It's just kind of chaos and confusion, which gives you guys just enough. There isn't that. The 2 guards you see right now are like the 2 guards who are taking a shift
whole
in the
place.
town right now. So your asses are pretty covered right now. As long as you stay like among shadows, you're pretty safe.
When I get to a safe place, I want to revert back to my form and ditch the shit I was wearing.
Yup.
Yeah.
Just strips.
Same.
Wild shape back into a rat kangaroo and head right back to the hotel.
All right.
That's smart.
That is smart. It's maybe the one smart thing that's happened this evening.
Blue streak goes into blue form.
Any of us have
Just
done
robes.
anything in our character
Spritz away.
in this moment?
No.
Like, everyone's just like,
That
what are we
was-
doing?
That was a large departure for Ruby.
I would never jump in front of an audience just to distract any of you.
The 2 like super reserved characters had to be the distraction.
Yeah.
And then after this, they're just gonna be like, "What the fuck did we do? What did we do?"
I've
I don't know,
betrayed
but it
my
was-
persona.
We bonded over
I am
this.
chaos
It's
incarnate.
the stupid little blue boy who makes us do these things.
Why do we believe him?
I don't know.
I trust him. Arno,
That's a
20
thing, we all do it. It's like, why?
Arno's
It's
the
like
big bad evil guy.
It was. I guess it was a good deed, but like, oh, what cost? This is the
Okay.
conversation we have later in the hotel bar.
You guys are all able to make it to the bubble and to your rooms. It's pretty dead on the inside right now. You can see your hostess Shava is just like cleaning some glasses, but you're able to duck down into your rooms unnoticed. You're all back together. What do you want
I
to
feel
do?
like Peré and I are sharing a room and we're just like freaking out.
I want to rest.
Who's doing rooms?
I'm in the left
Young blood.
Young blood.
I'm in the left room.
I'm with him. He's quieter.
All right.
We bonded here.
Before we all go to bed, I just want to thank everyone.
I go
and the
around.
spirits thank you as well.
I go around and heal everyone who took damage.
Thank you.
I re-up our water supply with what's left of my spell slot.
I will help with.
No,
my
you
racial
shush,
ability.
shush. I just do this. I put a hand over your mouth and stop. This has been enough.
What? How late is it at this point?
At this point,
Like 10 p.m.?
it's past dusk,
Yeah.
so
Not late though.
I'm going
not
to.
late though. No.
I'm going to go to lie down and explain that we should be getting ready for tomorrow.
Yeah. I
We
was
should
gonna
leave
say.
before dawn.
Yes, I was gonna say we need to wake up early and.
I don't have
Wow.
a disguise anymore. We need to leave when we can.
Yeah, we should sleep now.
I thought we'd need to spend more time here, but
I know.
it's not.
Thank you all
I
so
know.
much. I just start crying and
I-
hugging
I know.
everyone.
I hug you very tiredly, and I'm like, we are never doing that again.
We don't have to. They
We
can.
are always doing that again.
Are we able to sneak and get the camel
And keep it in the hotel
In the
room.
morning or.
in the morning?
Yeah. cross that bridge when we get there?
Yeah, kind of have to cross that bridge when you get there.
Okay,
You-
that's
it's
my
not
plan,
like-
is to deal with the camel tomorrow.
Yeah. You know enough people in the town that if you are at least able to make it to the lobby and talk to Shava, she should be able to send word. And then maybe you guys can discreetly leave town.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Okay.
Do more.
Do the beds have sheets on them?
Yeah, it's like a thin sheet and then
Okay.
cot and maybe like a little bit of a hay mattress.
Okay. That's my new disguise.
I get inside the mattress.
Steal too!
I'm gonna leave them money.
Is there anything else you guys want to do tonight before you retire for the evening?
No, we sleep now and then we get going as soon as 8 hours are up.
Oh, kidok.
What's the bare minimum for a long rest? Is it 6 or 8?
Probably 6.
Okay, as soon as 6 hours is up, I'm waking everybody up.
It is still
7?
dark outside.
7? Negotiable 7?
Non-negotiable.
Alright. Duty sleep.
Yeah,
My hair's
you
all
get
pushed
everyone
in
up.
direction.
Peré, you send word to Shava in order to get your camel brought to the bubble so you can leave from there. You find it hitched up outside. And yeah, as you go outside, you can see that the pink moon of Miatli is just right now starting to set, which means that the sun is almost going to rise, but it's still very dark right now. There are a couple town Imperial guards out right now as well, but their shift has switched. However, Peré, I would like you to make stealth check. And you know the city, I'll give you advantage. 15. Yeah, you're able to pull your camel away into the nearest ravine and have everybody meet up with you there. There's lots of people that the guards seem to be looking for, but you know that how you would normally stand out, you're probably at the center of this story right now.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least one of the centers.
Of one of the stories.
Yeah.
Lots of people saw lots of different things.
When you
during
guys
that.
get to the next town, oh boy.
Some
Did
rumors
you hear
we've
about the
generated,
circus?
perhaps.
Never heard of it. Nope.
I left 2 yellow Kmars and I have the blanket over me.
Okay.
I love him.
And with that, we will end tonight's session.
Oh my god! How did we do that?
I don't think I did.
I don't think we did either.
Welcome to
Murdering
being neutral good.
Oh my god, I'm neutral good too, but like, what the hell?
I'm just neutral.
Oh
here for the
my
fun.
gosh, that was a riot. I knew that stuff was gonna go down. I just didn't know.
You thought we'd be there longer, didn't you?
You know, we didn't know it was gonna go down either in our defense.
We all tried to get out of it,
We did.
but for some reason, Blue Boy
Yep.
always gets us into stuff.
I never know what's going to happen when I sit down.
Well,
He just whines and whines and whines until he gets what he wants.
I didn't whine, I just said you guys were trying to make
Turn
me
on the
promise
big
something that I
eyes.
wasn't going
Yeah,
to
turns on the
promise.
big eyes.
big eyes, and all of us turned to fucking putty.
My big black eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mildly unsettling, but that's okay. Probably a lot of us are like, that's cute.
Yeah.
My big black puppy eyes.
Yeah, that's cute. He's my son.
Thank you, Noah.
You're
That
welcome.
was something else. Thank you for
I-
letting those guards believe me as long as they did.
That was so much fun, but I couldn't not do that. It was quite great.
I'm glad you felt that.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for coming. We will be back week after next for the next episode.
Woo!
Until next time, peace, love, and may all your checks turn up 20. Have a good night.
Everybody
Saving
go
animals.
home.
Alright, get out of here.
The scene has been set. I am so immersed right now. I am in this desert.
Oh.
That's all going to be
What do you
edited out.